voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy. For your boy, for your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, drop it for your wow, 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 lift it up.
Good morning. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. How y'all doing? Come on in. Come on in. Get the likes up on the video. We got a few things to discuss. Now, it's a slow news day. But you know me, we got a Joce. We got to get up here and Joce. So you know I had to find something to talk about. So y'all get on in here, get the likes up on the video. I will say today we will go talk a little bit more about our beloved TV cousin Theo, Malcom Jamaal Warner. I got details on it, so we'll talk about that. We also got to talk about what else I done wrote down on here, girl. Martin Luther the King, aka Mike. Y'all get in here and get the likes up on the video. Get in here and get the likes up on the video. Cause see, Bernice, the daughter, B.A. King, she's been very vocal. And it's to the point where she about to expose her paw, which he should be exposed. See, she feels some type of way because Trump released the FBI files. We gonna get into why Mike, the girl, Bernice, B.A. King, has been very, very vocal in what she's trying to hide. Because this is what I don't understand about Bernice. Girl, the people who love your daddy, love your daddy. Ain't nothing nobody gonna say to make the people who don't love who love your daddy, not love your daddy. Girl, let it go. You making us really want to go look. You feel what I'm saying? Bernice, girl, we gonna talk about Bernice. We gonna get Bernie. We gonna talk about her. Then we got to talk about Kandi and Todd don't have no more restaurants. OLG, they say Blaze and everything done closed down. Kandi girl, I knew that was happening once you got fired, allegedly. We gonna get into it. And then Milagro Gramz versus Megan Thee Stallion. Apparently, they were asking for text messages or at least passwords to her phone. From Milagro, to show that she's working behind the scenes with Tory Lanez's father, and allegedly, according to what people are saying, Milagro done deleted 20,000 text messages, and I say, oh Lord, we gonna discuss it. Y'all come on in here, get the likes up on the video, Can I say to you guys, first of all, that I appreciate y'all. First, secondly, like the video. Third, also, I need y'all to go ahead on and subscribe to the channel because we want to get 50,000 subscribers. Okay, it's easy peasy. Just hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and it's gonna be all good. So y'all go ahead and do that. And let me say this: we coming into this awakening as far as identity as Black Americans, and we figuring out some lies that were told, and we still working. We in the storming phase. We haven't even gotten that far. But I was just thinking, what is Black Americans gonna do when they realize that some of the people that we thought were some of us are not? Like, for instance, I know all my life, I thought Martin Luther the King, aka Mike, that's what we call him over here. I thought he was a Black American. I did. My entire life, whenever it came down to the what's the name of the studies in February, Black History Month and all of that stuff, I was ready, you know what I'm saying, thinking my boy Mike was one of us. Turns out Mike ain't read none of us. Girl, did y'all know that? Put a 1 in the chat if you knew Mike wasn't a nigga. Put a one in the chat if you knew Mike.
He ain't even from Acorn.
Put a one in the chat if you knew that. I bet you y'all didn't know that. Now, some of us knew it, but for the large masses of y'all ain't even know that. See, and this is what I was talking about as it pertains to Bernice. Bernie, see, she's been very vocal about people coming out with stuff about her paw. And I'm just sitting over here saying, girl, shut up. We already heard that your daddy was a pool shark, allegedly. I'm going to just tell you what the people were saying, because a lot of y'all don't know about this, so I'm going to give you the tea. Allegedly, girl, they said your daddy used to be at the strip club and the pool hall in New Orleans, in the city of New Orleans, okay? Now, I got a photo to prove that, okay? And we're going to get into it later on in the show. But we also knew your daddy was a womanizer and allegedly a bit loose-wristed at times. Girl, we don't care. But what you're going to do, Bernie, be a king, what you're going to do is make us open up this can of worms. And I got to tell my people how your daddy is really a Negro pen. Yes, he ain't even from Acorn. He ain't even a nigga. He ain't even one of you. He ain't even from Acorn. All these years. Now you about to make us open up a can. Now you about to make me go get my boy, the legendary Big Chief Top Cat, to come in here and break down Mike's genealogy so that we can see what part of Europe he hails from. To see what his real last name is. To see who popped Mike's brother and his mama. Have y'all ever thought about that? Have y'all ever asked who killed Martin Luther King's mama and brother? And why? We didn't ask about none of that, huh? Girl, bye. We gonna get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video, because Bernie gonna make me spill all the tea. And she gonna make me go call in reinforcements so we can really spill all the tea on her daddy. Bernie need to go sit down, okay? Bernie got to go sit down. But I need y'all to come on in and like the video. Come on in, honey. Come on in. We got a few things to discuss. Where we at on likes, girl? Let me see. Let me like the video. I'm telling y'all, like the video. Let me like the video. You feel what I'm saying? What's the point of this negativity? What you talking about, Nola girl? What's the point of this negativity? If I don't know if you're talking about me, but if you are speaking to me, if the truth is negative, then so be it. But you know, they always say the truth hurts. And when people don't like to hear the truth, and again, if you're not speaking to me, then my apologies. But if you are, I'm responding. If the truth hurts, then that means it's the truth. And if you don't want to hear it, that means you probably should hear it. So what's the point of this negativity? Debunking the lies, telling my people how they've been lied to, showing my people how they've been played with. That's my point. That's the point of this negativity. To expose the hidden hand that's been really controlling and playing with my people. That's the point of my negativity. So if you're talking to me, you feel what I'm saying, then that's my response. If you feel like it's too negative, then I get it. Do what you feel. But I'm not going to, nobody, listen to me, nobody's getting in between this message from my mouth to this platform. You get it? So yeah, just so you know. I ain't know, like I said, if you weren't talking to me, my apologies. But if you are, that is my response. Yes, it's a lot of things you guys are going to learn that you did not know. And it's going to seem negative. It's going to seem horrible. It's going to seem like hating and all that stuff. But it's the God's honest truth. Now, I can only give it to you. I can lead a horse to water, but God damn it, I can't make him take a bath. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Now, take the information that I'm giving you and go research it. That's all you got to do. Don't listen to me. Take everything that I say and go and research it. That's it. That's it. Okay. So yeah, that's just where we at with it over here. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the building. Because I know when I found out a lot of the stuff that I'm finding out, especially being somebody who has been enamored with history, so much so that I damn near took every history course you can take in a college. If I showed you my college transcripts, I've damn near taken any and every history you can take. I am a history buff. I love history. I get off on that shit. If I can find a way to pleasure myself to history, I would. I love it. And to know what I know, or at least what I thought I knew, and then to be researching and to realize, you know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? That they've been lied to. I feel like it's my due diligence, because nobody sat me down and told me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Shout out to Dane Calloway, Chief Top Cash, Rod Hayes. You know what I'm saying? Hell, even the conscious community. Shout out to all them people, because they the ones who got me on this journey. But it's one thing for us to laugh, joke, and we gonna do that. But when it's time for us to spill the tea, we gonna spill the tea. And if it hurt, that means it's probably true. Okay? If it don't hurt, you need to be asking why. Okay? Now, let's start off with a few honorable mentions. Shout out to y'all. Oh no, I was about to give y'all a commercial break because y'all need to like the video. I think that's what it was, right? Yeah. I was about to give y'all a commercial break. You know what? I got a perfect commercial break. Since I was asked the question, what's the point of all this negativity? I'm going to leave this sister on here to tell you what is so important and why it's so important that we understand history, present and future, and also what has been done so that we can rectify it and also repair it for our future children, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. It's a 2-minute video with 2 minutes. That give y'all 2 minutes to like the doggone video. Okay, like the video. I'll be back, and listen to what the good sister said. I'll be back.
About our lineage. Who are we? We're Black Americans. I can trace my family back, my ancestors back to the 1700s. Okay, so we're Black Americans. We have been here since the founding of the country. That matters, does it not? Does it matter that our parents, our ancestors were here since the founding, since the 1600s, since the 1700s? Is that relevant? Is that significant? Yes, I think it is. Well, I mean, my ancestors didn't slave and sweat and toil and all that hard work that they did for Joanne Reed to have a job. She's from the Congo. They worked for Black Americans to have jobs. They did all that for Black Americans, not people from the Congo who are first generation Americans. Not even Kamala Harris, who's Indian American and Jamaican. Right. My ancestors didn't work for Kamala Harris to have these benefits. They worked for Black Americans to have benefits. I think even Obama is not even a Black American. This is why using color, the skin color, is not sufficient. It's American experience. It's confusing. Right. And this is why I say white Americans and Black Americans have been in America the longest since its founding. And that is significant. That matters. That history matters. And so this is why, and I don't know why so many, and I want to get into this issue about Black women, Black American women supporting. I know it's nonprofit, but Black American women don't understand most of them. Some do, but most of them don't understand. They think everything is about skin color. And that's a superficial analysis of the situation. They're not looking at the history. They don't know the history. And they're just so wedded to the political left position, embracing all of their policies. And their policies have been detrimental to Black America. They need to get away from that embrace of all these policies that are the detriment. So what I'm thinking, they're not doing their homework. They're not reading this cast your bucket where you are. Cast down your bucket where they're not reading this history. They're being superficial. They're just watching the television and going along with what the politicians say. That is not sufficient. About our
And we are back. I hope y'all listen to the good sister, because it's very important. Skin color has been the biggest blinder. Skin color has been the biggest blinder for us. And once we realize, you know what I was thinking about too? It reminded me, remember how yesterday I brought up They Clone Tyrone at the end of the movie? Remember the mad scientist in the back who was behind all of this was a Black man? What if the white people that are here are put here as a buffer and this is just me thinking, but what if the white people that oppress us, what if they are here to do that, but basically be the face of something or somebody else that possibly have melanin? What if? I be thinking, just what if? I mean, it would make sense because think about it. We the only people who don't see color. So if we can get us to not see color, if we can if the powers that be can get us to think that all black people are good, then wouldn't that be the perfect place for them to hide in plain sight? You see what I'm saying? Because they got us all thinking we all the same. I just be thinking, man. I'm just saying, like, what if we so busy focused on the white supremacy, white? What if it's black people or a black person or somebody with melanin? What if? The likelihood of that being is very high, seeing that white people, we still don't know where they come from. I'm just saying, I just be talking out loud. Let's move on. Y'all get in here, get the likes up. Let's get some honorable mentions going really quickly. Y'all, let's get some honorable mentions going on really quickly. I'm just saying, you just never know, bro. You just never know, honey. You never know. This world has been sicker. I want to start with a few honorable mentions. All right. Do y'all recall them little twins that used to be on Facebook, I want to say, huh? They little cute little twins. Let me show you. I didn't know there was like little Tias and Tamaras. Y'all know who I'm talking about? I didn't know there was a bunch of little Tias and Tamaras, but apparently they got a black mama and a clear daddy. They used to be on Instagram, Facebook. They used to see them all over. You'll see as the time go by. Long story short, they grew up on the internet, made millions of dollars on the internet, right? So tell me why they mama, who's a black woman, she's now, is the McClure twins. That's the name of it. Thank y'all. The McClure twins. Thank y'all. So now what I'm hearing is that the mama has remarried to this nuclear man, allegedly, right? And he is on here talking about how the kids who work their entire youths online don't deserve millions of dollars, that basically at 18, all they deserve is $500,000 a piece. Mind you, the McClure twins have worked their entire life. And he's not their biological father. It is crazy. And watch how the mama, now she's the mother of these girls. She's just sitting there like, and this man who ain't even the father of your girls is over here talking about how they gonna spend their money. Y'all, when I tell you this blow me, baby, see, this why black American men talk down on black American women. Because see, it's certain things you just not gonna say and do in front of us. Because see, this is where I get to be toxic. Because this is where I turn to my new husband and say, hold up, them belong to me. I get it. You the stepfather, I get it. But for these two, with this coin, that's between me and them two that I shitted out over there. You, if I need you, I'm going to come to you for advice and woot the woot. But at the end of the day, you ain't these girls' daddy. I had them. Whatever's going on with their coin, that's between me and them. Okay, that's a black American. You feel what I'm saying? But again, I don't know. They say she's African. I don't know. It really don't have nothing to do with it because they got black American women who do that for men too. They stupid for men too. So let's really be clear. But I just thought that this was funny, but not in a good way. Y'all watch this man. Check it out.
Aside money for your children and how much?
We are setting aside money for our kids. I have a certain amount that I think they should have by the time that they're 18 years old, so they can buy a house, not so they can waste it buying people bikini or purses, but that's around $500,000. That should be enough. I'm not a fan of giving a child millions of dollars.
I did the math on that. These kids have been making videos since the womb. And so when they turn 18, they're going to have $500,000 that their parents are giving them from all of the money that they've generated on their YouTube over the past 18 years. $500,000. That equates to $27,000 a year. That's like not even minimum wage. That should be illegal.
Setting aside money for your children and how much?
So as a content creator, These girls, they used to be everywhere. And I know for a fact they've made millions of dollars. I remember them two little girls as babies. Little bitty babies. You feel what I'm saying? These girls done made millions of dollars. Millions, okay? And the fact that he's even talking about the money, let alone regulating it, is crazy to me. On top of that, the mama just sitting there. Are you okay? And like the lady said, it should be illegal. Now, I can't remember, was it a governor or was it a federal law that they were talking about where they were kind of like trying to basically manage how these parents are using their children for content. I spoke about it long time ago, and I don't know whatever came of it, because basically people were basically slaving their children to be content creators, and on top of that, they were stealing a lot of money. I don't know what came of it, but what I will say is this was horribly cringe from beginning to end. And for the mother to just sit there and not say anything. Now, this stepfather, yes, according to what I'm hearing, he has children with the woman. It's just not the two girls. According to what I'm hearing, he has a son with that lady. Okay, you regulate what's going on with the son. But when it comes down to me and my daughters and their money that they've made, that's going to be between me and them. And let me tell you why. Because some men are opportunists. Some men see a situation that's good for them and they go over to it because it makes sense. C-E-N-T-S. Does that make sense? S-E-N-T? Nope, that's the wrong one. S-E-N-C-S-E? You see what I'm saying? So sometimes these men will take advantage of that. And this right here is a full, and I'm about to bring this to history. I'm about to bring this back to history. You are now looking at what has happened in history, not just in America, in Africa, in Asia, in Hawaii, and in all these other places. This is what has been happening. These clear men come in and marry these women, and sometimes vice versa, because they're coming in to take and extract your wealth. That's the purpose of it. There's no love. There's no family. See, black people, melanated people all across the world, if you can hear my voice, you have to understand this. And this is no shade. Shout out to the clears in the chat. This is no shade. So please don't take it as shade. This is a Negro meeting anyway. You ain't supposed to be here. Okay? But let me just say this part to the melanated people in the chat. Y'all have to understand, those people lack scientifically. Those people lack certain things that melanin provides you. The level of empathy and love that melanated people have, those people innately lack it. They don't have it. They ain't made with it. They ain't born with it. Like, ain't nobody came in, you feel what I'm saying? So just because we feel doesn't mean they do, okay? And you have to understand that. This is why they can be so cold and calculated and callous and all that stuff, because they're not wired the same. So these people can come and marry you for 50 years and be with you forever. They can come befriend you for 100 years. They can be within your family generation after generation after generation and still hate you. It's innate. They can't help it. Okay? But this is what they've done in the past, and this is what they're doing now. I hear they going crazy in Africa. From what I'm hearing, between the clears and the Asians, they're marrying up all the Africans and taking up their land. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. And this clear man is walking into this black woman's life and extracting her wealth from the children that she had prior to him. Do you get it? It's got to make sense. Y'all got to start thinking. Y'all, hey, when we talk about making sense with these people, we got to start talking about the CENTS, not SENCSE. Because guess what? These people don't lack certain things. They lack certain things that we have, okay? I thought that was messed up, but it is what it is. Hopefully those girls can go back. And I would say sue their parents, but typically by the time them children get old, the parents be broke. But that lady, she a new age fool letting that white man come in there. And I don't give a damn if you like white men or not. I don't give a damn if he was a black man. You a new age fool letting a nigga come in there telling you how you gonna regulate money that your children generated before that man even come across. You done lost your mind, black woman. You need to start hanging around some more black Americans. Because see, a black American woman would have said, oh no, bitch, cut the cut the tape. Wait, say what? We ain't discussed that. You see what I'm saying? You need to start hanging around more black Americans. Go on TikTok. We be over there. You can hang with us virtually. So we can tell you how to cuss these crackers out when they want to come over there and act like they love you to take your money. Call me. Put me on the speakerphone. I'll cuss his ass out. Girl, please. Girl, please. You got y'all want to be down. She just sitting there. I don't think children should have anything more than $500,000. Dummy. Girl, she's so stupid. Esther, thank you for being a member for 15 months. I appreciate you. Betty Harris, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. And Monica, thank you for the super chat. Says little something for the building fund. Yes, honey, we need some church doorknob. Do you hear me? Yes, let's get back into the show. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button, please. It would be greatly appreciated if you did. Now I saw this video of the Essence Festival organizers allegedly. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Let me go over here. This video I saw. This is allegedly who the organizers are. I want to know, first of all, pay attention to the faces, and then we're going to talk about what you think about these organizers. Check it out.
But this makes a lot of sense as to why the Essence Fest bombed this year. I thought this was a lie. This mostly white organization for events literally planned the event. They did scripting, they did production design. Oh, I didn't believe this post at first. I said, oh, this is rage-based. So I looked on their website, and guess what I saw? The Solomon Group has been doing the Essence Festival from 2012 to the present time. Wow. Why didn't we know that a primarily white organization set this up for a predominantly African-American based festival that speaks to our culture, that talks to our culture, and has shows directly for our culture? Then I said, you know what? Let me stop assuming. Let me see who's on that specific team and see if anybody's representative of us. And guess what the fuck I found? Here's their team. Not black, not black. Not black, not black, not black, not black. Not black, not black, not black, not black. One representative of our culture. Not black, not black, not black. Not black, not black, not black, not black. Thank you. Representation. So let's do the count. That's 3 people representative of our culture that sets up the entire design of the Essence Fest that represents our culture out of the many people who aren't representative of our culture. But here's what the comments had to say. Stairs and Fed Up Black Girl. Totally understand. Stairs and Kendrick discuss. That's exactly how I felt researching this. This explains a great deal. I think I see the problem. Don't we all see the problem? If my team and I'm not representative of that culture, then maybe I shouldn't be doing that motherfucking cultural-based events. Come on, guys. Essence is a part of the African-American culture experience. It was always Essence, Ebony, and Jet. Mind you, I'm going to use my age right now because I'm older. In the 80s and the 90s, it was Essence, Ebony, and Jet were representative of our culture when other magazines was not putting our culture in them. These magazines were dedicated to represent us. And this representative culture right here isn't representative of our culture. 3 black folks in our culture representative out of all these people setting up our events. Of course, this is a failure. You can't do an event that's representative of our culture if the predominant people doing the event do not represent the culture. And I know people are going to be like, oh, they outsourced to do the best event that they could. What do they do? Let me tell you what they were specifically tasked to do since 2012 to now. Here's the scope of the Solomon Group's design for the Essence Festival. Number 1, creative development, design and direction, ROS, and script writing. Come on, guys. I understand outsourcing talent to do your event. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that are primarily not of a culture doing a culture-rich event that has been known to be a culture-rich event, speaking to African Americans specifically, and they don't represent the culture. Again, I repeat, if I had a black and Puerto Rican staff and I was tasked to do a whole Asian festival represent Asian culture, but there's no Asians predominantly on my staff, I shouldn't be doing the fucking event. Please tell me how you feel about this in the comments. Are you cool with somebody doing an event that is culture-rich, where the people doing the event do not represent the culture? It's only 3 out of all these motherfucking team members that are not black. Tell me how you feel about this in the comments, and please repost and share this. This is the conversation that needs to be had. Oh, this man.
All right. So I have so much to say, but I'll just leave it with this. First and foremost, I'm not surprised that everybody's clear. What you guys have to understand is that they have been siphoning the economic wealth from us since they got here. It has been a gradual process. The reason why they allow us to create is so that they can come in later on and take it from us, okay? That's all. That's it. That's all. It's been like that since the beginning of time, since they come here, okay? They would allow us to create towns and businesses and vineyards and all these things. And then they either come in and destroy it and then rebuild it anew and say they did it, or they come in and take over it, okay? That's what this is all about. Now, the white people that's behind there put the African face in front. Don't let that part go over your head. The white people in charge put the African face in front of Essence to make us believe that it's still one of us. If we are to believe that all skin folk are kinfolk, it's still to make us believe that they are one of us, right? And we are not to be suspecting of what's going on. But the fact is, the essence of Essence has left the building. So I asked myself, why would these clear people not just go get other Black Americans? Like, why wouldn't they go get other Black Americans and put them in the forefront? That way you can keep the doggone culture going. You can keep Essence popping. You can make money. Woo, woo, woo. Why put the Africans in the forefront? And then I thought to myself, who's really in the forefront here? Who's really pulling the strings? Are the Africans pulling the strings, or are the clear people pulling the strings? Or are they working together? Together against us? These are just things that was popping in my head. But ultimately, in my opinion, we need to be boycotting Essence. Ain't no more Essence. I haven't gone to an Essence festival since probably 2006. No, because that was after Katrina. Probably 2009. You okay? But to hell with Essence. Let them have it, okay? Now, what we need to be doing is, because there's a lot of stuff they're going to be doing it. They're going to be taking a lot of stuff and taking over a lot of stuff. We need to find historians. We need some Black American historians to be jotting this stuff down and making sure that this stuff is documented, because they're going to try to rewrite the history. I'm telling you now. And say that it was always an African thing, you know, it was always a clear thing. That's why when y'all talk about hip hop and all that stuff, they go and show you that Cold Crew, what is it, Crush Groove movie, where the one Puerto Rican dude was spinning on his head, and they say, see, Puerto Ricans help 50-50. That's what they're going to do. The fact of the matter is this, you guys. I told y'all, and I've been telling y'all every single day, there's a huge joke that's being played on Black America, and everybody is in on it, okay? The fact that all these white folks is over here with 3 people, and I probably say 1 and 2 possibles, because I'm believing that the 3 they showed me, all 3 of them wasn't no damn Black American. You feel what I'm saying? And I've been hearing that Essence has been going down for years. Again, I hadn't gone since about 2009, but prior to that, I used to go almost all the time. I'm born and raised in New Orleans. That's all I know. So, but when I went in 2009 was when Mary J came, and it wasn't bad. But I had started hearing little things, but never paid attention because I never went back. But now it seemed like it reared its ugly head. And first of all, I didn't even know that these white folks took over this stuff since 2012. We over here hollering about the Africans where we need to be looking everywhere. And this is why it is important that we have 2 eyes and we use them both. We got to keep our head on a swivel. We got to be able to recognize our enemies come in all different races, shapes, and sizes. It ain't just the white folks. It ain't just the Africans. It ain't just the Caribbeans. Hell, sometimes it's Black Americans. Let's talk about it. Sometimes it's us. Either way, we have to keep our head on a swivel. And to anybody else that's in this chat, I'm pretty positive some of the things that I speak about happening in Black America, I'm pretty positive y'all are experiencing some of this stuff where you are too. And I don't even know where you at. It ain't everything, and it may not be up to the same doggone part. However, I'm pretty positive y'all are experiencing some similar things. We all need to be thinking about these things. Okay? We all need to be thinking about these things. Essence is trash. It's done. It's been done long before we even realize it. I believe we need to just let it go. Let Afrobeats have it. And from what I'm hearing, Afrobeats is dying. Let it go. Baby, we done had Essence. We done did our big one. I think we need to get some historians, like I say, that can go back and rewrite our history out from us and tell our story, not the clears, and tell us how we started, how we finished, how we built it, what it was about. Don't let nobody put no name on it, no African this, African that. Tell our own story. Okay? It's Essence don't surprise me, y'all. It's just, and you know what? If it surprised you, then you're not up to where you need to be with what's going on in the world. You probably need to go check on something. You feel what I'm saying? Now I want to talk about this really quickly. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see this dude that got pulled over by the police? They tried to make this the next situation, I guess. So this guy gets pulled over by the police for a traffic stop, and they telling him to get out the car, and he won't get out the car. So they broke the window, punched him in the face, and then dragged him up out of the car. It's crazy. This happened to my little brother, but my little brother deserved it. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna get into it. Let's get into it.
Pulled me over. He walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Yeah. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands.
Here.
You can tell those white boys is some hoe ass, pussy ass niggas where they from. They hide behind that badge, boy, huh?
I'm here. What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason?
Step out now. All right.
No, don't. Get on the ground.
Put somebody.
When he pulled me up.
Y'all saw the black police? All right. Before we get into the statement and all that stuff. So this happened, right? Honestly, I think they're trying to get a rise out of us. I think that they want us to get, they want to do another Trayvon and all that other stuff. Yeah, I think they're trying to get a rise out of us. Now, let me say this. This was a bit much, especially when I'm punching the boy in his face. That was a lot. That was extremely excessive, as a matter of fact. And they did too much. But let me say this to my black people. I don't care what race you is. Oh, I'm sorry, what nationality you is. But if you black and them folks tell you get out the car, girl, get your ass up out the car. You're going to jail. Once you get pulled over by them white folks and they want you to go to jail, you're going. All that, let me get the supervisor. Girl, just go. Just go call the folks. You feel what I'm saying? And have them people come back and get you and deal with this. Now, in my opinion, the way they punched on him and broke the window, and let me say this when it pertains to breaking the window. It was a very weak punch. It looked like the boy didn't even flinch when he punched. But listen, let me tell you about them breaking the window. So this happened to my little brother. My little brother was pulled over by some cops in racist Louisiana, and they told him to get out the car, and he wouldn't get out the car. Now, after a while of them asking you to get out the car, and he didn't get out the car, they ended up breaking the window, and it's at your own expense. So it seems like prior to this video, they must have asked him to get out of the car, and he was asking for a supervisor. Now, we all know the old thing. Oh, if he was white, it wouldn't be like this. We all know that, but he's black, okay? This day system. He was black. But at the end of the day, I feel like this brother handled it better than I would have been punched in the face, because I don't know the way my hands would have got to working. But even still, like, I feel like they were trying to use this situation to rile us up. But if I want us to make it home safely as black people, and them folks say you get out the car and go, just go ahead, Fed. Just go. It ain't that deep. Just go. Going viral, going live, them people unalive, and them people killing us on live. Just go, just get in the car. Just go. Okay? Just get in the car. It's not that deep. But now the police had released a statement from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office. We are aware of a video circulating on social media showing the traffic stop represented to be from February 19, 2025. We have launched an internal investigation into it. Let me tell you something. When y'all hear them white folks or anybody say we launched an internal investigation, also go home. How you going to investigate yourself? The military do it all the time. All them Hispanic women that was unalive down there in Texas at that base, you know what they went back and told them? Oh, we gonna do an internal investigation. Bitch, how you gonna investigate yourself? When people, this is what I'm saying. Certain things, yeah, we gotta choose our battles. It's just certain battles we gotta choose. Unless we ready to doggone go to war as a collective, certain battles we gonna have to be smart about it. So now they're gonna do an internal investigation. You already know what that's about to come back. They're about to come back and say, oh, we did the investigation and we didn't find. You already know how I go. Okay? You don't investigate yourself and make changes. That's why these systems are corrupt. Okay? But back to what they were saying. They was going to investigate themselves. And it says, we hold our officers to the highest standards and are committed thoroughly determining exactly what occurred. All right, now let's get into what the police had said since y'all wanted to go viral. The policeman, and you know they was going to send a nigga, right? They got to send a nigga, got to put our face in front of this. And let's talk about what he had to say.
25, McNeil was arrested for resisting a police officer without violence, driving on a suspended driver's license, and possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana. On February 20th, 2025, McNeil pled guilty to and was adjudicated guilty of resisting a police officer without violence and driving on a suspended driver's license. Those pleas of guilty were accepted by a local judge who found them to have been factual basis. And that
nigga ain't had wait. This nigga was riding around on a bad license, on a suspended license.
To have been voluntarily made by McNeil. After the resolution of this criminal case, McNeil took custody of his cell phone, the one he presumably used to record the footage that was shared on social media, on March 5th, 2025. At no time, February to now, did McNeil contact JSO to file a complaint, nor share with the agency the cell phone footage that is circulated on social media. As I said earlier, immediately upon becoming aware of this footage, JSO began a criminal and administrative investigations into the incident. Had McNeil filed a complaint on February 19, 2025, McNeil was arrested for resisting a police officer without violence, driving on a suspended driver's license, and possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana.
They were about to George Floyd the fuck out of us. You mean to tell me this nigga had weed and a suspended license? I'm not playing the whole video, Miss Parker. It ain't even as deep. This nigga was down bad, bro. I get it. He black and they punched him in the face. Bruh. This nigga riding on a suspended license and he got weed. Ain't no way. No, none of those are violent offenses. You're right. None of those are violent offenses, Queen Kyra. You're right. And he shouldn't have been punched. But he damn sure should have went to jail. At least. He shouldn't have been punched. But he should have went to jail. For sure. As a matter of fact, if you got weed on you and a suspended license, you're supposed to get out the car like this. If you get pulled over with weed and a suspended license, soon as the cops pull you over and they go boo with the light, you supposed to put your hands out and go like this. Girl. She said, Miss Parker said they asked him 10 times to get out the car. Sound about right. Come on now. They were about to George Floyd the fuck out of us. They had us over there making him a martyr, and he was a goddamn serial. Don't get me started.
On February 20th, 2025, McNeil pled guilty to and was adjudicated guilty of resisting a police officer without violence and driving on a suspended driver's license.
Then this happened in February. Why is this video being released in July?
Those pleas of guilty were accepted by a local judge who found them to have been factual basis and to have been voluntarily made by McNeil. After the resolution of this criminal case, McNeil took custody of his cell phone, the one he presumably used to record the footage that was shared on social media, on March 5th, 2025. At no time, February to now, did McNeil contact JSO to file a complaint, nor share with the agency the cell phone footage that is circulated on social media. As I said earlier, immediately upon becoming aware of this footage, JSO began a criminal and administrative investigations into the incident. Had McNeil filed a complaint on February 19th, criminal and administrative investigations into the incident. Had McNeil filed a complaint, JSO would have started this investigation at that time. But we were not aware of this allegation or of improper use of force before this weekend. As this is agency's pattern of practice in any circumstances of use of force, the relevant body-worn camera footage was reviewed by multiple levels of supervision. However, as you'll see in short order, the body-worn camera footage does not capture Officer Bauer's response to resistance when McNeil was seated in the driver's seat. As I explained, although the state attorney's office has deemed it not criminal, the response to resistance is now subject of a pending administrative review to determine if Bauer's conduct violated JSO policy. JSO began a criminal and administrative.
Listen. They got us like this with George Floyd. And if I believe Trayvon Martin is real, then they got us like this with Trayvon Martin. We got to be very strategic with our reactions because that's what they want, us to react. They want us to emotionally react, okay? Don't get me wrong. The young man was handled unfairly. The way that they punched him, I think other than the punch, there was nothing wrong with what those folks did. Other than the punch. Let me say this. I get it. They didn't know at the time that he had a suspended license. I get it. They didn't know at the time that he had weed on him. I get it. But when you're down bad, you got to go sit down, bro. You got to go sit down. You got to go sit down. You're down bad, bro. All that call the super. What is you going to talk to the supervisor about? You got weed on you in a suspended license. What is you going to talk to the supervisor for? What you going to say to him? What is there that you can tell the supervisor that's going to make him look at his officers and say, let him go? I need us to start thinking. You got, regardless of if they pulled you over on some bull crap. Let's say they lied. They said you had a bad tail light. Let's say they lied. But by the time they pulled you over, I'm just asking, by the time because I want us to make it home alive. Now, we can go with what's right and be dead or in jail for long periods of time, or we can go with how we feel and be alive to talk about it and help somebody else later. Okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Other than him getting punched, they not wrong. He is wrong. He shouldn't have been riding around with weed in a bad license. He shouldn't have been. And let me say this too. A lot of people don't understand the breaking of the window. Let me say this too. A lot of y'all don't understand the breaking of the window. And you will understand it if you don't listen to what I'm about to tell you. If the police ask you to get out of the car, you have to get out of the car. The moment you don't get out of the car, they have the right to break your window. Now, is it right? No, but it's the law. Okay? Now, you can feel how you want to feel about it. Once the cops say, hey, get out of the car, you got to get out of the car. Now, if you don't mind them breaking your window, that's cool. That's cool. But the law says you have to obey a lawful order. They say get out. Now, again, we can go with our feelings. And then we cannot make it home. And then we could be up here rioting and acting a fool. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Now, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the law in everywhere. I know in Louisiana, if they tell you get out the car and you don't get out the car, they breaking your windows. They just is. And there's nothing you can do about it. I don't know about Georgia. I don't know about Florida because I've never been. Well, apparently it must be legal in Florida if they pop the window. But I'm telling you now, in Louisiana, them folks tell you to get out the car. You got to get out the car. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Yes, Sandra Bland did get out the car. Unfortunately, she did get out the car. It's just what do you want from this? What is the outcome that we want? Because this is the thing. Because I gotta be candid with us. Unless we ready to really do something about it, all that kicking and screaming and temper tantrum we around here doing with these police, y'all just talking. It's their system. We gonna overthrow it? Like, what we gonna do? I don't like sitting around talking about whipping somebody's ass. I don't like that. Let's just go do it. If we're not, I don't like the middle gray area. This is the thing. If you want to make it out alive, then you comply. It just is what it is. And if you don't, it is what. Hey, all I'm gonna say is this: the boy had weed on him and a suspended license. He should have gotten out of the car. If he was my son, I would tell my son because I want my son to live. I don't want my son to be beaten down by the police. I'm just telling you, if I had a son, and I don't have one, if it was my son and he was sitting out there and the folks told him get out the car, I'm going to tell my son, get out the car, because it's not going to be good for you staying in the car. There's nothing good going to come from my son sitting in the car. Now, you can go with your feelings and stay in the car and then let the chips fall where they may. But I'm just telling you, if I had a son and he was pulled over, I would tell my son to just get out the car, bro. I'm on my way down to the police station. We could deal with it when we get there. Just get out the car. Just get out the car. As a matter of fact, when it happened to my little brother, my mama was on the phone with him telling him the same thing. And guess what they did? Because this nigga was out there doing the same thing this dude was doing. My little brother, true story. I want to talk to a supervisor. Them white boys broke both of them windows on the passenger and the driver's side and dragged that nigga through the window. Is it wrong? Yes. But what can he do about it? What can he do about it? Unless we about to galvanize and go to war with Slidell Police. No, it was St. Tammany Parish. It was St. Tammany Parish Sheriffs. Unless we about to galvanize and get together and go to war with St. Tammany Parish, what we talking about? What we talking about? Just, if you want, I'm just saying for my son, and I don't have one. Y'all the ones with sons. If you want to make it home, first of all, don't be driving illegally with weed on you. Okay? First of all. Secondly, if you're down bad, comply. Especially if you're down bad. If you down bad, comply. Now, if you're not down bad, I guess that's a whole nother story. But if you're down bad like this dude was, get out the car, bro. Just get out the car. It ain't that deep. Them people gonna book you. You're gonna get a court date. They probably knowing Florida. They probably had your court date. You know, if depending on the day is in a couple days, you'll be home. Just get out the car, bro. It ain't that deep. We just gotta pick. We gotta be smart, Black America. We gotta be smart. We can't be reactive. That's what's been getting us in so much trouble as a people, y'all. Our emotions has gotten us where we are today. We have to be smarter than this. This is what they want. They want us to see this dude get punched in the face and crash the F out. That's what they want. Listen, we gonna crash out. And for things that we need to crash out about, we gonna crash out about it. But everything ain't worth crashing out about. That ain't worth it. We got to be smart with how we react. We have to be smart. We gotta be, we can't just go off of how we feel. If we do, we're gonna get in a lot of trouble. We gotta start being smart. That's all. That's all. Listen, all generals, they're called war strategists, right? We have been at war as Black Americans since the beginning of them folks coming over here. We are still in war. If you want to win, you have to be able to be strategic. This emotional response thing is setting us back. It has set us back. That's the reason why we don't have no economic independence right now, because emotionally, we wanted to sit next to white folks at a movie theater. Look at where our emotions got us. Think about it. We emotionally wanted to sit next to white folks at a movie theater. And look where it got us in the 60s. Look where we are. We don't own shit. Even Essence, they took that from us. We don't own shit because we wanted to eat at a lunch counter with a cracker. Look where it got us. And y'all still want to be emotionally responsive, right? We still want to respond emotionally. We haven't learned shit. Oh, well, it still don't matter, boo. Boo, it don't matter. It don't matter. It's wrong. Okay, good. Again, unless we're going to do something about it, we need to be strategic. That's how we got in the situation we in. How we don't see that? That's how we at. That's how we where we at. Because our emotions. Think about it. Just think about it. If you think about everything we've gone through in history and how we've responded, if we responded negatively, it was geared behind our emotions. We have to be more strategic. That ain't worth the fight. I'm going to say something else. George Floyd wasn't worth the fight. He wasn't. We got so much stuff we could be putting our energy behind. These niggas that ain't complying and on some down bad shit ain't one of them. I'm not jumping out the window for every other nigga. Y'all crazy. Y'all are insane. We got to be strategic. That ain't one of the fights we need to be running around here fighting. We got way bigger fish to fry. We got doggone Carmelo Anthony coming up here in the next, you know what I'm saying, year or so. We got shit going on, bro. We can't be, this nigga got punched. Oh, well, don't smoke and drive and have a suspended license. Fuck that nigga. Man, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy, man. We got to be smart. We have to be smarter. We have to. We absolutely have to. We can't be reactive to everything. That's what they want. Why you think this shit went viral? It happened in February. We in July. Y'all ain't thinking about that? He got his phone. It happened in February. He picked his phone up in March. It goes viral in July. Nobody asking about that. Everybody just moving. See, that's what we have to continue to ask questions. We have to continue to ask questions. We have to continue to ask questions. It happened in February. He picked up his phone from the police department in March, and it just went viral in July. Nobody's asking about that though, right? They trying to set you up, dummy. They setting you up. And you on here telling me I'm wrong. This is wrong messaging. They setting you up. 2/3. I need a praise break. 2/3, because y'all is crazy. 2/3 ain't gonna make it. That was the Most High said. I need a praise break. Where my praise break music at? Child.
There you go. Where you running at? No music. Where you running? Melodies. Melodies from hell. Oh, They was about to cut up. They was about to cut up. They was about to cut up. They was about to cut up.
I just needed a moment. Sorry, you guys. I love you all. You know, I do be praying. When I be grounding and stuff, and I'm a work in progress, so y'all please forgive me. But I be praying that I don't lose my patience for my people. I really do. I really be praying that. I be talking. I'll just say that. And I pray that I gain, not even lose my patience. I really more or less pray that I gain more patience because I love us. And I just want us to succeed. And sometimes when I see stuff, I get passionate, but they trying to set us up, y'all. I swear to God. That video we just saw, they trying to set us up. I promise you, I'm not being negative. They trying to set us up. That's all I could give you. They're trying to set us up. And if we continue to let them do that, if we continue to not pay attention to that, we're going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They trying to set us up. They done took a whole 100 people out my doggone chat. I had to be saying something true, right? They took 100 people out my chat. Soon as I went on that rant and hit the praise break, 100 people dropped out my chat. What y'all think? Come on now. How many times I'll be on here myself and be getting kicked off of here? I gotta be saying something. Come on now. Let's move on. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please and thank you. Please and thank you. We can't go after everything. If we do, we gonna lose. We've been losing for a long time. Dolls Hour, thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you so much even more for making it rain. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. I make it rain. I make it rain on them hoes. Thank you so much for the super chat. Dolls Hour says, hey TT Boo, hey Acorn, missing love you lots. So happy I finally caught a live, but I gotta catch you on the replay, mamas. I'm doing some seasonal work in Alaska right now. Ooh, 16 hours a day and 7 days a week. Girl, what you, a welder? Thank you for sharing your gifts, time, energy, and spirit. Thank you, Dolls Hour. Girl, what you around there welding? What kind of job you got where you working that type of time? 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Girl, you work at a warehouse? What you do? You make bridges? You know what I mean? Like, girl, you make railroad tracks? What you do, girl? For a living, to be working like that. Ugh. Oh my God. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, Tita got that money. Hey, working 7 days a week, 16 hours a day. Oh, that's coin. Stop acting crazy. Now, ain't nobody working like that and ain't making that type of money. Is you crazy? That's why I say she must be around there building railroad tracks or something like that. Railroad tracks. She might be over there constructing new trees or something. You got to have a job like that. To do something like that, you got to have an important job. To be working 7 days, 16 hours a day, it's got to be high production and much needed. I'm just saying, girl, 7 days, girl, throw me away. My body wouldn't make it. Oh, God. Good. All right, let's get into the show. So I want to start with this. Let's start and talk about what's his name. Oh, and let me say this too. When it comes to these videos, I typically do try to not talk about those videos with the cops and all that stuff. I had been seeing it. I didn't want to mention it, but against my better judgment, I did. And I realized it do be energy harvesting and all that stuff. That's why I like talking about stuff like that. So I got to do better with that. But I didn't mean to even bring it up. But I'll know next time. All right. Now I want to get into Malcom Jamaal Warner, guys. So apparently Malcom Jamaal Warner passed. We found out yesterday while we were live, and it was kind of messed up. I felt bad because I was in the middle of the live. I didn't have all the details. I didn't want to for sure say, but it turns out for sure that he has passed. Now Malcom Jamaal Warner was Theo from the Cosby Show. Okay, if you were born in the 80s or any of those times, 70s, 80s, maybe even 90s, you got to understand all of the kids that were Huxtables are like our rich first cousins. Like Claire and Heathcliff is the aunt and uncle who did really well, really well in the family. And they kids come around sometimes, not often, but still, we all know we still cousins. And when we see each other, it's still dap up, whoop-de-whoop. So losing Malcom Jamaal Warner to Black America is really like losing a real cousin. We grew up with him, okay? You got to keep in mind, The Cosby Show was the first all-Black American sitcom that showcased Black American people in favorable lights, that made us educated. It made us doctors and lawyers, and our children, yeah, they have issues, but they good kids because they come from good families. And my mom and my parents, their parents live in a brownstone, and they got art on their walls, and they go to doggone to art exhibits and bid on paintings. And then for anniversaries, the family come downstairs and they dance for the in-laws, or the in-laws might put on a show for the mama and the daddy and all of that stuff. Woo, woo, woo. I know it's TV, but that was our cousins. Some people looked at Bill Cosby as a dad, a TV dad. Some people looked at him as family. Either way, the Huxtables are off limits. They are our family, okay? The Huxtables is next in line under the Jacksons. No, they third in line. Well, put them in the order you want. But the top three families in Black America are going to be the Wayans, the Jacksons, and the Huxtables. Okay? It just is what it is. You're not playing with them. And not only that, all them people stayed out the way. All them people stayed. Well, Lisa Bonet had her issues at first. But for the most part, all them people stayed out the way. And they have been amazing representation of Black America. And so when I heard Malcom Jamaal Warner died yesterday, I couldn't really process it. But I'm not going to hold you. When I got off the line yesterday, and then later on, I started hearing more and seeing more and finding out what actually happened, it hit. It hit real hard. Because not only was Malcom Jamaal Warner a TV cousin, that man was so unproblematic, bro. Between him and Vanessa, like literally after the show, they disappeared. And they were so unproblematic. And then Malcom Jamaal Warner had so much to do with hip hop in its early stages and a whole bunch of stuff. Like, this dude was a through and through FBA guy, like for real. And I hate that he had to go off to Costa Rica and go for a swim and it be his last. I don't know if you guys know this, but drowning is the worst from what we're hearing. Drowning is the worst experience to death that you can have. They say it's the most painful. They say it's worse than fire. I don't know. I don't ever want to know. But this is what I'm telling you from what I heard back then. Now they're saying that he drowned off the coast of Costa Rica. I heard people tried to help him. It was a lot. We're going to get into it. But I will say this. Rest in peace to the brother Malcom Jamaal Warner. He had just gotten married, had a baby. He seems like he was on the top of his life. He was enjoying life and loving life. And he was taken from us too soon. So rest in peace to Malcom Jamaal Warner. Lord Jesus, they done took Theo, Lord. Oh, Jesus, they done took Theo. Lord, give us back Theo and take them. Oh, give us back Theo and take Lisa Bonet. Take her. Take Denise, Lord. She barely was on the show anyway. Oh. Oh. Take Sandra. We barely met her. Go get Sandra, Lord. Give us back Theo. Go get Sandra. We ain't even know her. No shade to Sandra. But Sandra, girl, we ain't even know you for real. We ain't know you. Tell the truth. Y'all don't know no Sandra. Y'all ain't know no damn Sandra. And you know you ain't know her. They could have took her. I'm just saying. If we had a choice. If we had to choose which one. I mean, none of them. But if we had to choose, I would have said, go get Sandra. And y'all know it. Y'all know good and well we ain't know nothing about no damn Sandra. We still don't know Sandra. Shit. Hell, yeah, look, somebody say go get Raven Simone. For real. What did Sandra do? Sandra ain't did nothing. We just don't know her. And she been on TV for 25 years. We don't know her. We still don't know her. To this day, we don't know nothing about Sandra. We know more about her husband than we knew about her. Okay? So yeah, if I had to choose, I would say take Sandra and leave her still. But let's get into what Bill Cosby had to say. So y'all know he lost his son, Ennis. Is that his name? Bill Cosby lost his son some years ago, and he spoke out about this situation. Oh, and let me say this. Y'all was on here yesterday saying Felicia Rashad done went on to glory. That lady ain't dead. That lady over there on the side. Okay, and scissoring with toilet paper. That lady ain't dead. Don't get on here telling us Felicia Rashad dead. Okay? Just so y'all know, y'all was only talking about Felicia Rashad. That lady just was over there. Now, let's get into Bill Cosby. It says, Bill Cosby says Malcom Jamaal Warner's death reminded him of his son's murder. It says, neighbors, Bill Cosby is heartbroken over the sudden passing of Malcom Jamaal Warner. According to his team, the news brought him back to the pain he felt. The news brought him back to the pain he felt when he lost his own son, Ennis, who was murdered in 1997. Cosby rep Andrew Wyatt told TMZ that Bill was filming The Cosby Show when he got the call about Ennis being shot during a fatal robbery. When he got the call about Malcom Jamaal dying while on vacation in Costa Rica, those same emotions came rushing back. Wyatt said Ennis and Malcom Jamaal were close growing up. They used to play together and had a real bond. He said the news of Warner's passing hit Bill just as hard. The last time Cosby spoke to Malcom Jamaal, he was excited about a concert he was doing in Minneapolis. He felt like he was changing the world. Bill says Malcom Jamaal made a huge impact with his life and career and believes his influence will keep changing the world. Okay. So that's what Bill Cosby had to say. And I know we let some old clear women make us hate Bill Cosby. Well, not me. I don't hate him. I didn't think I'm not even getting into it because I don't want to even rile y'all up again. But I know old clear women who was thots and sluts in the 70s made y'all hate Bill Cosby. But at the end of the day, that entire cast was thick as thieves. They had each other back. Because unlike what we get from the media, sometimes they have different relationships. Okay. So with that being said, I know that this hit Bill Cosby like it hit, losing a son. Because when we first met Theo had to be like 13, 14 on the Cosby Show. You see what I'm saying? Theo had to be about 13 or 14 on the Cosby Show. So that is like losing a son. That is like losing a son. Okay. So my heart goes out to Malcom Jamaal's brand new wife and baby. Now, he never wanted us to know who his wife and baby was. Well, not necessarily his baby. He didn't want us to know who his wife was because he wanted to keep his life private, understandably. But he didn't want us to know who it was. So with that, I'm going to follow those wishes. And I'm not even going to try to explore because he didn't want his family in the limelight. And honestly, he doesn't deserve to have his family in the limelight if that's not what he wants. Okay. Now let's get into the details surrounding his drowning. It says the Cosby Show star Malcom Jamaal Warner passes away at 54. Costa Rican National Police confirmed. It says, roommates, we are sending our deepest condolences to the loved ones of actor Malcom Jamaal Warner, 54, who was famously known as Theo Huxtable from the Cosby Show, following the news of his passing. According to ABC News, Costa Rican National Police confirmed the actor drowned off the coast of Costa Rica, on Sunday. Police said his official cause of death was asphyxia. That means drowning. Police said Malcom was caught by a high current in the water and was discovered Sunday afternoon. He was formally identified by Costa Rica's National Police. We are keeping Malcolm's loved ones in prayer. Okay. So, and I got another article I'm going to show y'all. But from what people were saying was he went out for a swim. He jumped into the water and there was an undercurrent under there, I guess, that pulled him. And that's what happened. Now, this was very scary for me because I'm one of the ocean girls. Okay. I'm one of the girls who I like to go swim in the big body ocean. It's crazy. But seeing that this happened and me knowing what I know, because I am a swimmer, I am a self-proclaimed professional swimmer. So let's just go there. But me seeing this, it makes me understand how dangerous and how respectful we have to be of the water. Okay. But they're saying that he drowned. They say that his body was dragged, and we're gonna get into that here in just a minute. But let this be a lesson to us while we go on vacation. I know most Black people don't get in the water, but for us that do, we got to be mindful that the ocean should be respected, and it is a dangerous place. Okay, it is. Lakes, rivers, oceans, all of it. Okay. Even though lakes typically have still water, but still, you just never know. You just never know. Now, I want to get into, I think there was a witness account. Hold on. I want to say there was a witness account from someone who is either, let me see. I think there's 2 articles. So there were bystanders there who tried to help. It says, CNN confirmed Malcom Jamaal Warner was swimming at Playa Grande in Costa Rica when a strong current pulled him further out. Bystanders tried to help, but sadly he didn't make it. Rest in peace, okay? So they're saying that bystanders tried to pull him out, and we're going to get into one of the bystanders here in a second, but it couldn't help him. But again, when that current is pulling you, can't nobody help you. It's just not. It says, Warner died in a drowning accident in Costa Rica where he was on vacation with his family, sources say. Warner was swimming at Playa Grande near the town of Cahuta in the province of Limon on the Caribbean coast of Costa Rica around 2:30 p.m. local time Sunday, when a current pulled him deeper into the ocean, according to the Associated Press. Costa Rica's Judicial Investigation Police told CNN on Monday people who were on the beach tried to help Warner, but he was declared dead by the Red Cross, okay? So it looks like they're saying that people were trying to help him. I don't know if they were trying to jump in or maybe grab him or reach for him. Whatever they were trying to do, it was to no avail because they couldn't, okay? And one of the guys, let me go get that article for y'all right quick. One of the peoples, let me go get it before I get to talking really quickly. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. Get the likes up on the video. Okay, so there was a man who's in critical condition from helping, trying to save him, okay? Yeah, and that's another thing too. A lot of people don't know this because they aren't swimmers. So for all y'all who don't know exactly what a current is, if you ever seen a tornado or a hurricane, imagine it underwater. Once the thing starts spinning, it pulls anything in its direction, right? Old swimmers score said in the past, I don't know how it goes now, but old swimmers scores said in the past that instead of trying to fight currents, you're supposed to ride them. Now, this is the problem. A current can pull you under and drown you. Okay, but it was said in the past that you're not supposed to try to swim or fight against a current. You're not going to win. You're just not. Okay, you're not going to win against a current. It's just so he could have panicked. He could have panicked. And most people do because you're thinking, OMG, I'm about to die. That's literally what goes through your head. Oh, shit, I'm about to die. So you're probably going to panic. That's why most people die drowning, because they panic, not because they can't swim. It's mostly because they panic, okay? But ultimately, he could have panicked and that could have happened. I don't know, but whatever it is, I can't tell nobody how to react because I wouldn't know how I would react, and I swim. You wouldn't know how Michael Phelps would react, and he's Michael Phelps, okay? So you just never know. You just never know, but you're not supposed to swim against or fight the current. That I do know. Now, according to this, it says Costa Rican first responders also treated a second person at the scene where Malcom Jamaal Warner was declared dead on Sunday, July 20th. The Costa Rican Red Cross tells people, read the full story in our link in the bio, okay? Should we go to the link? So they saying one other person, where is the link? I never went to link in the bio. Link below. Drop the link below. Yeah, I ain't doing all that. But anyway, where was I going with this? So they're saying that they pulled somebody else and somebody else is in critical condition for trying to save him. This is not really sitting well with me because I'm not getting enough details. But either way, this is unfortunately what happened to Theo or Malcom Jamaal Warner. And listen, that man was loved. That man was loved. And he seemed so full of life in his last videos that he did. Even in his interviews, he seemed so full of life and so excited about what's to come, all for this to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to show you an interview he did where he was talking about his legacy and what he wanted to be. Y'all get the likes up on the video.
Life, it's fragile, and in the blink of an eye,
you never know.
You never know. So speaking of legacy, what do you hope that your legacy is going to be? It's a tough question, huh?
Yeah, especially
kids help with the legacy question, right?
Yeah. I mean, and because I'm 54, I think about that a lot. So it's interesting. I remember my mother said to me one time that Mr. Cosby gave you immortality.
Facts. That is very true.
Right? So I know on one lane, there's legacy there. But also because my life, those former years were always about life beyond Cosby, right? So I feel like, okay, there's that legacy there. But then because I've had this full life, after that show, there's another lane of legacy that I get to leave. And I'm still working through that. There is part of me that I will be able to leave this earth, knowing and people knowing that I was a good person. And I talked to my dad, I talked to him yesterday, and what he said to me often, people love you and people are always talking about, your career and your success and all of that. He said, but what really makes me the most proud is that you are a good person. And I had it from my dad.
That's wonderful.
But I'm a good person because my dad's a good person. That's a whole nother thing. It is possible to walk through this world, and with all of the darkness in the world, it is possible to maintain your soul and be a good person.
It is. It definitely is.
Man, I get it. I know everybody got a transition. Man, we all got an expiration date, bro. Don't none of how my grandma say, we all got our day. Don't none of us know the day or the time, and there's no preparation. That's how my grandma say, we all got a day, but damn, we lost a good one, bro. Damn, we lost a good one. This man, you know how you know this was a good dude? I ain't heard not a negative thing yet. They came on the Cosby Show in the 80s, my nigga. Let this sink in your brain. The Cosby Show came out in the 80s. I haven't heard one negative thing about Malcom Jamaal Warner since the freaking 80s. That's how you know this a good dude. See, today's society, we measure good people on by what people say and about who's most popular. We don't measure good people about their actions. We don't measure good people by their actions and what they do, how they treat people, how they deal with people. Now it's just about who's most popular. Malcom Jamaal Warner was a good fucking dude, bro. And it oozed from him. It just oozed from him. You can't teach that, bro. And you could tell he come from good family if his father told him all that matters is being a good person. That man ain't come from no bullshit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I almost shed a tear last night. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I was on that liquor. But I almost shed a tear last night. Because all of the doggone videos and all of the garden trails and all that shit started popping up. And I ain't gonna lie, I almost dropped a tear. My voice started shaking a little bit. You know? And to die so unexpected and so horrific, it's just horrible. I want to show y'all another video that he made. They say this was the last video he had before he went on out. And like I said, you could tell a good person by their actions. You can tell a good person by their actions, not by what they say, by what they do.
What's good? Yes, I got the flower in my hair. Today's my daughter's birthday. She put the flower there, so I'm rocking it. What?
You can tell a good person by what they do, by their actions, not by what they say.
It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. I just wanted to shout out and just spread some love and some good cheer. And you know, life is out here lifing, right? For me and for everybody else. But just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile. Like if you just take a minute to stop and take stock, I guarantee you can find at least one reason to smile. And if for some reason you can't find a reason to smile, then that's probably the best time to be the reason for somebody else to smile. So find a smile for yourself and be a reason for someone else to smile. That's all I got. Listen to love because it's been a minute. Peace and love, and I'll be back soon.
I don't know how we gonna make it through the program. I don't know how we gonna make it through the program. I know we gotta plan the repass, bro. But I don't know how we gonna make it through the program. Who wants to sing a solo? Like I said, rest in peace to Malcom Jamaal Warner, because it's hard to find good people in 2025. And now that I know he was up there in Atlanta, I swear to God, if I knew that, I would have probably tried to run across him. But it is what it is. Rest in peace to Malcom Jamaal Warner. Sorry for crying, y'all. Sorry. I'm a Pisces. I'm emotional. I can't. I'm sorry. It's just like I said, you could tell good people by their actions, not by their words. If y'all understood that, y'all would know. We got to move on, girl. Because I got to get back to being messy. Child. Can't be on here crying, girl. I gotta get back in on here to be messy and get this word. I just feel so bad, y'all. I really do. I really into his baby. He just had his little girl can't be more than 4 or 5 years old. New wife. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when he looked like he was looking forward to like more than anything. I think it seemed like things had finally started falling in place for him. Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Let's move on. Sorry if I'm still crying. It'll get better. Let's move on, child. I know what'll make me laugh. Get Kandi on here. Kandi girl. Let's get Kandi on here. That'll get me out of it. That'll get me out of the slump. Kandi always gets me out of the slump. Let's go get Kandi Burris and her husband. Okay. So, y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. So, all right. Y'all, Kandi Burris, first of all, before we get on Kandi and Todd, let me say this. I've been seeing them clips of Kandi's daughter, Riley, on that show with all them clear folks. Let me say this to y'all. I don't want to see it no more. I'm so tired of watching clear people gaslight this little girl. Okay? Now, I get it. Kandi need a coin. So maybe she told Riley, it's about time you get to work. I done worked your whole life. Now it's your turn. Maybe that's what she told Riley. I don't know. But let me say this. I'm tired of seeing the clips of your black ass daughter on this show with these white folks talking about, but you guys, I'm so tired of having to explain that I'm black. And even though I'm black, I know that my skin is melanated, but that doesn't mean that I'm an angry black woman. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired. At this point in time, Kandi, it's not even a good look. I don't even know why y'all even gaslight yourselves by watching that bullshit. I don't want to see no black girl or no black boy or no black anybody amongst a sea of clears trying to defend themselves. That is not entertainment to me. And y'all can, and I be seeing the clips and people comment in every single clip she's defending herself. And in my mind, I'm thinking, how much money do you need, Kandi Burris? Baritone. Every man. Baritone Burris. How much money do you need to where you got to put Riley on the stroll and now she over there crying every episode? What's going on? How much do you need? Huh? God damn. Now, all y'all baritones, that's all the Burris fans. That's all the baritone Burris fans. For all the baritones in the chat, y'all wanted to get on here. She doesn't need Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kandi is rich. She's amazing. She has money. You don't understand. Kandi and Todd, they're entrepreneurs. You said all that. And I told y'all that the restaurant ain't gonna last. You know why I know it wasn't gonna last? Because the only reason it was open because y'all niggas was going from the show. That's the only reason y'all was going. Soon as Kandi get off the show, you niggas stop going and get post service and dried up deviled eggs. You get it? Now let me say this. I haven't gone to OLG, but I have gone to Blaze. Trash. And I'm not trying to be, since it's closed, we might as well have the open conversation. I didn't want to drag her while the business was open because that's another black woman. And even though Baritone Burris, every man, even though she get on my nerves as a black woman, I didn't want to tell her business down. But since the white man done tore it down, I might as well give y'all the tea. Blaze was freaking horrible. It's overpriced. It was inside of a strip mall. When I walked in there, it looked like everybody was in that bitch chilling. Everybody was in that bitch on their phone. The service was horrible. The tables was bad. We only went there because my sister graduated from Morehouse and she just had to go support the baritone. So I went up in there and supported the baritone. I ordered some deviled eggs. They look about as dry as dirt. And I don't know who came up with them, but the picture don't even look good. The deviled eggs was bad. I got a steak. It was horrible. They didn't cook it to temp. It was just disgusting. Blaze was horrible. It was disgusting. Now, again, I heard about OLG, but I'm telling you now, Blaze was horrible. Blaze was disgusting. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull them pictures up. I still got them pictures from when we went to Blaze. Girl, yay. And you know what's crazy? I was about to do a video on it. Let me tell you something. And this is real talk. This is real talk. And I really want y'all to understand this. I know I be on here dragging everybody, and I'm a dragger. Trust and believe I am a dragger. But if we really being honest, when it come down to my people, I ain't never going against my people for other people. I don't give a damn if it's the lowest of the low or the worst of the worst. And even though Kandi gets on my nerves, I had refused to get on here and leave her a bad review. And I refused to get on here and lie and say I had a good time neither. So I chose to opt out doing the video. I had took pictures and everything. I literally chose to just opt out doing it all together because in my mind, I was saying, I don't want to get on here. That's a black woman. She still need her business. You know what I'm saying? So I spared Kandi. But the white folks done closed down the store. So we can just go ahead on and be honest. Girl, Kandi, I don't know who told you to open up that restaurant, girl. But don't you ever open another one again. Do you hear me? What school I said? Morehouse? I didn't mean Morehouse, Clark, Atlanta. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all. Clark, Atlanta. I ain't lying. Y'all think I be on here lying when I be telling my stories. That be the problem. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all, but I'm about to show y'all. Hold on. Clark, Atlanta. No cap. Yeah. It was horrible. Horribly is what it was. It was disgusting. The food was bad. The service was bad. I saw Don Wine up in there. He looked like he had just got in there or whatever. It was disgusting. It was disgustingly horrible. I'm about to show y'all right now. So y'all, because y'all think I'm bullshitting. Hold on. Niggas ain't gonna sit up here and call me a lie. I've been called everything but the child of God. But a liar ain't never been one of them. Okay? 2 things I ain't never been called in my motherfucking life. Do you hear me? And that's a liar and ugly. You get it? 2 things I ain't never been called. I done been called a lot. But 2 things I ain't never been called in my life was a liar and ugly. Oh, yes. Ain't never heard it. Matter of fact, one girl did try to call me ugly. And I said, now come on now. Like, I had to stop the argument. I literally had to stop the argument and say, all right, come on now. Let's be fair. Try something else. Black, fat, say whatever. But ugly, stop the cap. Now you're going too far. I really did stop an argument like that. Hold on. Let me find that Blaze shit. I got that shit on here. Hold on. I'm playing with y'all. What year that was? My sister graduated from, my little niece graduated from Clark. I'm about to show y'all right now. Y'all gonna get me to find. I'm scrolling down so far. I done scrolled. Girl, please. Oh, yes. Gonna scroll because I got to show y'all what I'm talking about. It's got to be in 2021. I'll find it. I'm going to show y'all. But anyway, let's get back into the show while I'm looking for it. All right. So, and I'm going to show y'all before we get off the stream. Let's get back into the show. So Kandi and Todd are allegedly going out of business. So according to the news sources, people are saying that the people have closed down OLG. I think Blaze. I want to say Blaze already was closed down. I want to say Blaze had been closed down. But either way, they closed down OLG, leaving Kandi and Todd with nothing else. They literally have no more business, okay? Now, let's get into it. It says, Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker just took a major L. Both Old Lady Gang and Blaze Steak and Seafood have officially closed their doors. It says, according to a new lawsuit, the landlord says the couple fell behind on rent and repair costs, now totaling over $154,000. And it doesn't stop there. They allegedly owe more than $12,000 in interest as well. Now, we spoke about this before, too. I came on here and showed y'all that the people were suing Kandi. And remember, Kandi had came out here and said that that wasn't true. No, I'm lying. Kandi came out and said that that was on Todd. Kandi was like, that don't have nothing to do with me. They just put my name in it because I'm the most popular person, but they don't have nothing to do with me. That's on Todd. That's on Todd. Woo, 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 woo. Girl, that's both of y'all. We wouldn't, if Todd had only advertised the restaurant without you, nobody would come. It's on both of y'all. And Kandi knows that. Baritone knows that. So she tried to make it seem like she had nothing to do with it. It is a joint venture. It's your aunties on the damn marquee. Okay? So the fact that OLG is gone for this lawsuit, I already knew it. And I knew it because I had already heard about it. Even though Kandi was like, oh, we working with the people. We got this. Woo-doo. We good. Even though they were saying all that, I knew right then and there that was cap. I knew that was cap. Let me see. Y'all gonna make me find this. I ain't buying bullshit. But yeah, I knew that was cap. But honestly, the restaurant was trash anyway. If we're being completely honest, OLG was trash. And y'all know it. It was horrible. It was horrible. And then also as well, they said type food in the search bar. I didn't know you could do that. You could search. Ooh, girl, you just taught me something new. I ain't know you could do that. Girl, you just done taught me something. No, you hit me. Okay. Girl, I did not know that. I had no clue. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all right now. Let me see if I can type Blaze. Maybe Blaze is in there. Huh? No, I don't think it's in there under Blaze. Let me see. It should be under food. Let me go back to food. Y'all get the likes up on the video really quickly while I look for this stuff. Is this it? No, that's in New Orleans. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all. I went to Blaze. Girl, I took a picture of the doggone menu and everything. Girl, stop acting crazy. I did. I really did. Hold on. Let me see. All right. I'm going to look for it because I don't want to stop the show. But I'm going to look for it and keep the party going. And when I find it, I promise you, and I'm going to find it before we get off this stream. But when I find it, I'm going to show you that I actually went to Blaze. It was horrible. It was disgusting. It was horrible. All right, let's come back. We'll come back to that. But I'm saying all that to say this. When it comes down to Kandi and Todd, I already saw this coming. I already knew it was coming. And the reason being is because, let me tell you something. That restaurant thing, first of all, Atlanta restaurants are the worst. Atlanta restaurants are absolutely the worst. Do you hear me? The customer service is horrible. Here you go. Thank you to whoever said type menu in the chat. Bitch, don't play with no motherfucking me, ho. How is you cool? Don't play with no, hold on. Bitch, don't play with no motherfucking me, ho. You think I'm making this shit up? You think I just walked out the block and made this up? Girl, don't play with no me. Do not. Hold on, let me show you the one that say Blaze. Do not play with no me. Do you hear me? Play with no motherfucking me. Ho! Bitch, stop playing. Oh, you're insane. Don't get me to talking all Nick. You playing with the bitch. The bitch is playing with a real bitch. You feel me? Don't get to playing with a real bitch. You feel me? Stop fucking playing. Let me see if I got pictures of the food. Let me get the date. They say pictures of the food. Hold on. May 14th, 2022. Hold on. Stand by. Yeah, y'all done had me scroll all the way down. It was in May of 2022. Hold on. Let me see if I got pictures of the food. I probably have pictures of the food. Let me see. December, February, November, whatever. It was in May of 2022. No, and this is no cap though. I really didn't. I hated the service, but I did refuse to give her a bad review because she is still a black woman. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I was like, I ain't gonna do it. Nope. And everybody felt some type of way about it, but it is what it is. Hold on. I don't want to show y'all my family because I don't want to show you guys my family because I don't know if they want to be shown. But, oh, here go the food right here. Ah! Say less. There go the food right there. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? That's the food right there. Let me get it closer. That's the food right there. I swear to God. And if you think I'm lying, see? Blaze. I swear to God, that's the food. That's the food. I swear to God. That's the food. Now, I don't remember how this was. I don't remember if it was good or not, but it looked like some fish and shrimp with some kind of like vegetable medley, it looked like. And then I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is, but you know what I'm saying? I swear. And to y'all who said I was capping, y'all remember my daddy. Look at me and my daddy. My daddy had came in town for my niece's graduation. For y'all who said I was capping about going to the graduation, this was outside the graduation. It was hot. It was hot. They had us all standing outside. It was like a goddamn stampede. See? We was there. I don't play with no motherfucking me. Ho! Back to our regularly scheduled program. Okay? Play with no mother. Because I remember I was about to do a video on this. Girl, stop making crazy. Yeah, the lettuce did look wilted. But nah, seriously though. All jokes though, for real. All jokes for real. Like I say, I knew this was coming because once Kandi got fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, a lot of people don't believe this, especially the baritones don't believe this. The Kandi Yams, they don't believe this, but that was a large source of income for Kandi. Okay? That was a very large source of income for Kandi. Now, I'm not saying that Kandi is broke. By no means. Obviously, she got money. Okay? But that's a nice check. And remind you, Kandi was making the most on the show. Remember, once they got rid of Nene and who else? Portia, especially at one point, Kandi was making the most money. So losing that check could be detrimental, okay? Could be detrimental for the business because people don't understand. First of all, in order to run a restaurant, first of all, it's the hardest thing you can do. Secondly, to turn profit within the first few years is crazy. Now, she probably did because she's famous. So she had a whole bunch of people to ride and come in and on an influx. But we saw what was going on with the restaurant. Hell, the lights went out one time and they didn't even have a damn generator. Okay? So I saw this coming and I knew it was going to happen. And the fact that she came out and tried to say that she ain't have no lawsuit, girl, y'all are a couple. Y'all are together. If he got a lawsuit, you got a lawsuit. He don't make them businesses and not advertise it through you. So that means if he in trouble, you in trouble. Okay? But people don't understand that could have been a nice coin taken out of Kandi's purse. Okay, that could have been a really nice coin taken out of Kandi's purse by being fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And on top of that, they were failing doggone inspections. They said the service was horrible. I hadn't been to OLG in years, and I heard OLG be empty now. You know what I mean? Right out the Matrix. Out the Matrix said losing your business over 200K is crazy to me. It is. It is. But again, let this be a lesson to us on the outside. If Kandi is so rich, why couldn't Todd pay the $200,000 that these folks are saying that they owe him? This is just a question for all of the baritones in the chat. If Kandi is so rich, why hadn't they paid the back rent? Now it could be some stuff going on with the building or something like that. Maybe they were withholding rent. I don't know. I'm not there. But this is not indicative of rich people. You know what I mean? Rich people don't normally lose their businesses behind $200,000. But again, I'm not counting Kandi's coin. I ain't in her pocketbook. That ain't none of my business. But what I am saying is you just got to be mindful of who you think. You get it? You just never know. You just never know. You just never know. I'm just saying. So none of this was surprising to me. Child. So like I say, Riley on TV, and who knows? Let me tell you something too. This is what y'all don't realize. This is what you guys don't realize. when you make a lot of money, your lifestyle changes, right? Meaning as long as you broke, you're not going to be spending a crap ton of money on gas or a crap ton of money on clothes or a crap ton, for the most part, or a crap ton of money on stuff that you don't need because you're broke. But when you have an influx of money, your habits change. And that means also your doggone, the way you spend money change, right? So somebody like Kandi, who's had money for a long time, her habits probably are somewhat what they were when she was making a lot of money from the show. Now, I'm pretty sure Kandi is very smart. I'm pretty positive Kandi done already cut what she needed to cut. Kandi is very smart when it comes to money. I will give her that. I don't think Kandi gonna mess around and go bankrupt, not bankrupt, because that don't mean broke. But I don't think Kandi's gonna mess around and go broke and lose everything. By no means. Kandi's much smarter than that. However, losing that Real Housewives of Atlanta check has put a huge damper in a lot going on around there. Riley ain't worked her whole life. Let's be clear. Riley been on, we've seen Riley, we can count on two hands how many times we've seen Riley on the entire RHOA franchise. Think about it. We ain't heard of, most we heard from Riley on RHOA was when Block wasn't coming around to be a daddy. But for the most part, we ain't seen high low of Riley. Now, all of a sudden, Riley has to do reality TV, or not even she have to. Maybe Riley don't have to do, but now who knows? And not saying that they broke or they need the money. Maybe she's picking up that to pick up the money to keep up with the lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? And the habits. That's a lot of money to walk away from. Let me see. Because y'all think it's a game. People think people just be rich and got it like that. That's a poor mindset. And I say poor, I don't mean money. Hold on. How much money was Kandi Burruss making per season on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Kandi Burruss reportedly made around $2.3 million a freaking season. $2.3 million a season. And that's like 2 months of filming. And you get to go off and do all the rest of the other stuff you got going on. You're not going to make me believe that $2.3 million coming out her pocketbook didn't hurt. I don't care how much money she got. $2.3 million a season, and all you got to do is film for 2 months? You're not about to tell me things ain't changed around there. Yeah, Deidre says she's on the Shy. Girl, the Shy come out with a new season every 5 years. She is on the Shy. She do a little cameo every now and again. But for the most part, girl, that $2.3 million to film for 2 months and I got the rest of the 10 to go make other money? Girl, please. Think about it. Let's say somebody gave you $2.3 million right now to say, give me 60 days out of your life. Take the rest. Every year, give me 60 days out of your life. Somebody walk up to you right now and say, I got $2.3 million. All I need is 60 days out of a year. Most of us don't even want to know what the job is. We signing up. I know me. I'll get there and see if I'm, how far my moral compass is when I get there. Okay? Yeah, that $2.3 million a season was definitely needed. And I'm pretty positive that money was what helped fuel, OLG and Blaze. Because if we being completely honest, wasn't nobody in them restaurants in 2022. When we went to Blaze in 2022, the restaurant was empty. I swear to God. You know what I mean? So probably the RHOA money was keeping those businesses afloat. Now that that money is gone, you get it? And this is just me guessing. Maybe the RHOA money was an allowance for Riley. Maybe that was what Riley used for play money. Now that money is gone and Riley got to do reality TV and make her own money. Maybe this is all crap and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know. But what I'm saying is $2.3 million is a lot of money to not have anymore. To wake up one day and not have. And that's another thing. People talking about Todd. Let me tell you something. And let this be a lesson to successful black women, because we make this mistake every single fucking time. I get it. We ain't got to go get the richest man when we get on. You ain't even got to go get the richest man. You ain't even got to go get the man who got the most. But y'all got to start getting some. Y'all, we got, as black American women, I'm so tired of seeing us get successful and get played by these numbnuts, bruh. It's ridiculous. It don't even be no good niggas. It always be the bottom of the bottom, the low of the low. And these women be dusting these niggas off and putting them in front of us, trying to make it seem like these niggas be this, that, and the third. Kandi Burruss is the same girl as the goddamn Super Scent and the rest of these girls. They all taking care of their niggas. All of them taking care of their niggas. All of them taking care of their niggas. And we all know Kandi has had a history of taking care of her niggas, except the first one, the one who got killed, the one who was a drug dealer. Y'all remember when she first came on, the one who got killed when they asked her what he do for a living, and she said he owned businesses. All the rest of them, Kandi done took care of them. These are the same women packaged in different packages. They all go get these niggas that's below par. And again, when I say below par, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about the type of niggas they go get. They go get them below par ass niggas, dust them off, and put them in front of us and want us to believe these niggas is something they ain't. Todd is the big reason why she's in this position. Because let me tell you something. OLG should have never been opened. It should have never been opened. Blaze should have never been opened. This nigga Todd was talking about opening a Mexican restaurant. Listen to me and listen to me good. This nigga Todd on that show that Kandi had, where she was doing with her OLG and Blaze restaurants. This nigga Todd was on there talking about he want to open a Mexican restaurant. Now, I ain't never had no nigga. Well, I've had nigga nachos, but I damn sure don't want to go to a restaurant and eat them. I ain't trusting no little bitty nigga with a big head named Todd to make me no doggone. See what I'm saying? We shouldn't have allowed him to give us no soul food. Yeah, Todd is a big part of her downfall. Yeah, financially at least. And I told y'all what my theory is. I feel like Todd married Kandi and was like, okay, I'll sign the prenup because he know he gonna get everything he can get out of her while he's there. Because see, what y'all don't understand is the way prenups work is typically, and I get they written differently. The prenup probably says whatever you had when you came, you leave with, and whatever I had when I came, I leave with. It probably says whatever I make is mine, and whatever you make is yours. Think about it. Todd is the biggest finesser of 20, whatever year they got married. Todd is using her money. He taking her money, using her money to create failed businesses, right? But they're still his businesses with her money. So even in the prenup, let's say OLG and Blaze was hella successful. They're going to have to split that down the middle, but she ain't going to be able to just take that from Todd, because prior to the prenup, if the prenup says what I think it says, if he opens it, it's his. It don't matter who money it is. So in my opinion, I think Todd really just using Kandi, draining her money, taking everything he can get out of. Todd look like he is not even interested sometimes. Yes, Mama Joyce did try to tell us, and Mama Joyce was spot on. Todd seemed like he was an opportunist from the beginning. I've never thought Todd genuinely liked it, Kandi. Now, do I think he love her now? Yeah, they married. They've been together forever. They got kids, obviously. But at the beginning, did I think that he liked her and he really Hell no. Hell no. That nigga was looking for an opportunity. He was working on the show. If I was working on the show and Baritone was over there and wanted me to come scissor, you think I ain't coming from behind that camera to scissor with Baritone? I would marry Baritone and go live in the house. We can go buy our babies off the catalog like the rest of them hoes do. Yeah, we could Brat Judy. Fuck wrong with y'all? Todd did what he was supposed to do. But I feel like he's using her, though. I do. I feel like he's using her. I really do feel that in my heart. I do. I don't think he came in loving her. I think he came in with an objective, and I think he's been following said objective to the T. That's what I believe. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. I'm just saying I could be wrong. Moving on. Get the likes up on the video, y'all, please. Get the likes up on the video. Remember, let me see if I can go find that. Why would you set Kandi up with that tie? Well, what's wrong with Todd, Mama Joyce? Well, what you mean, what's wrong with Todd? Kandi short and got a big head. Todd short and got a big head. What would make you put... I could have swore she said, and they're going to have children that's short with a big head. I could have swore. Or maybe I added that in. I might have added that part in, but I could have swore that lady said, Todd short and got a big head. Kandi short and got a big head. I'm pretty sure she said all they're going to do is make sure who little bitty with big heads. Now, knowing me, knowing how my brain works, I could have added that on at the end. But I'm positive, I want to say on the inside, that lady said that. She said that. Let me see if I can find it. I ain't bullshitting. I remember. Y'all know I be there. Y'all know I be there. Stop acting crazy. Kandi, how you say Mama Joyce? Phaedra. Hold on. Let's get Phaedra on here. Yeah, Phaedra hooked them up. Hold on. Let me see. Is it here? Hold on. Let me see if I can find that clip. I want to know what she said. I could have swore she said, yeah. Here you go. Look, I ain't bullshit. Now, y'all know. Whoever, I was there when this season aired. See, back in these days, me and my friends, we used to do Real Housewives of Atlanta parties on Sundays, and everybody's house we used to host. Now, I remember back in this episode days, it was hosted at my homegirl house that stayed in Gentilly. And I remember that hoe had cooked good food, and she was acting real bad and then won't let us get seconds. I remember that. So that's how I know about this part of the episode, because I remember where I was, because the bitch had made some fire-ass crab cakes and everything, and she won't be stingy with them. Bitch want to say you can only get one. Bitch, you feel what I'm saying? I remember all of that. That's how I know. Now look at Miss Mama Jers. Look at Mama Jers. Look.
Introducing. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, all these lawyers and everything else that you know, you gonna introduce her to one of the workers?
Now I'm stopping it for copyright purposes. But Mama Jer said, you a lawyer, and of all the people you can hook her up with, you hook her up with one of the workers. Maturing is realizing that Mama Jer wasn't wrong for hating Todd, but that's a whole nother story.
When I introduced Kandi to Todd on our trip to Africa, I knew Todd was the perfect guy for her. He's as cute as a button, he's smart as a whip, and I knew that they would make a very cute couple.
Mama Jers ain't want to hear none of that. Mama Jers ain't want to hear none of that.
I personally would have never introduced my girlfriend to him. Oh, you don't introduce folks to people because they cute. That little Todd is so cute. He is. He's little. He's short. He got a big head. Kandi short. She got a big head. Don't you? Hello? Too.
Mama Joyce got a point. Mama Joyce got a point now. Now Phaedra is a lawyer, bitch. Why you hook my daughter up with the worker hoe? All them lawyers you know, bitch, and you gonna hook my daughter up with the nigga who catch the dough? You see what I'm saying? Mama Jers maturing is realizing Mama Jers wasn't wrong. I get it, at the time we were emotional. Kandi had found love. We just wanted love for Kandi. But maturing is realizing Mama Jers wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. We may not have liked the message, but she wasn't wrong. Let me run her back.
Head, Kandi short. She got a big head. Don't you? Hello? Two short people with big heads. You don't introduce two short people with big heads. You didn't get no little short man with no big head.
Well, nah. What Mama Jer said? You ain't gonna get no short man with no big head, but you gonna go get my child a short man with a big head. Bad enough, my own child short with a big head, but you ain't gonna get you one, but you gonna go get my baby one. Maturing is realizing Mama Joce wasn't wrong. Mama Joce was not wrong. She wasn't.
No, but this okay. That's it. You ain't got to say no more. No. Hell no.
Wow.
Why in the hell did you?
So maybe I added the part in when I said Mama Joce said Kandi short with a big head, Todd short with a big head. They ain't gonna do nothing but have some churn who short with a big head. I must have added the last part in where they said, where I thought Mama Joce said they wasn't gonna do nothing but have some churn who short with a big head. Knowing me, I probably did. That's how my brain worked. But neither here nor there, because I be finishing people's sentences. Mama Joce wasn't wrong. Because listen, everything Mama Joce was saying, although she did it wrong, she was absolutely right. I remember when they were speaking about the will and all that stuff and what they're going to leave the kids. And I remember Todd was on there talking about how he don't think that the kids should have X amount of dollars. You know, kind of what that clear man was doing to that African woman we were talking about earlier. Okay? Mama Joce was really looking at it and understanding that her daughter is a duck goose. Okay? Mama Joce is a woman of the hood. And when I say that, meaning Mama Joce probably was stamped in the streets, right? She probably was stamped. She probably, like Mama Joce been outside. But Kandi, coming from childhood straight into stardom, she's a duck goose, okay? And Mama Joce knows that. So I think that when she be going hard, she goes far. And it do be looking bad. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll be like, Mama Joce, you gotta chill. But when you look at it, she's trying to save her child because her child is just slow as a turtle. She is. Baritone, every man is slow as a turtle. She is. She is. If it wasn't for Mama Joce making her do the prenup and getting on her, she wouldn't even made the nigga get the prenup. Mama Joce is protecting the doggone the palace as she should. So yeah, Blazing OLG is dead. It was nasty. It was trash. For the ones who wasn't on here, I'm speaking from experience because I was there. Here's the menu. I did go to Blaze, and if y'all want to see what the food was like, it was horrible. I can do better plating at my house. Again, I don't remember how this meal tasted, so don't get me to lying. But I will say from my experience, it should have been closed. Moving on. Hell yeah, Mama Joce needed a peach. And quiet as is kept. Can we talk? Are y'all ready to be honest? The moment Mama Joce left off Kandi's segment of the show is the moment Kandi should have left. Because Kandi brought nothing to the show. Just tight jaws and tears. I'm going to be honest. Kandi by herself brought absolutely nothing to Real Housewives of Atlanta. I got to say that part. I'm sorry. I got to say it. She ain't do nothing. If it wasn't for her mama and Todd, girl, you know what I mean? So, if you ask me, she was overpaid. And, yeah, she didn't bring nothing to the show. The moment Mama Joce walked away from that show, the moment we stopped caring about Kandi, and she just was a gritting her teeth. What? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? That's all she did. The lies. Girl. Hello? And y'all let her get away with that for years on RHOA, and I'll never let y'all forgive. I'll never forgive y'all for that. Y'all let Kandi ride Roa like she was doing something. Once Mama Joce left, we stopped caring. You know what I mean? But shout out to Kandi. I hope I nothing but the best, though. I really do. I really do. Every episode. Who said that? I'm talking about my mama. Mama, girl, get your girl, Kandi, please. Please, Kandi girl, please get off of him. I don't want to hear that ugly ass shit. Girl, yeah. Shout out to Kandi, man. Shout out to Kandi. Shout out to Kandi and the baritones in the chat. Shout out to all the baritones in the chat. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I ain't gonna lie. Can I say this too? I gotta say this part since she not on Roa and it's probably going out of business anyway and OLG gone. Since we talking, can I also say this? I believe that Kandi was gonna do something to Portia in the basement. Am I the only one who thought that? Like when I heard it, when it happened, I believed it. I might be wrong, but let me stop. I might be going too far. I believed it, but I did. I believed it. I'm just telling. From what I had known, I believed it. I'm just saying. Y'all want to get on here and let her go, the lies, and y'all let her mess you up. I was seeing through the lies, bitch. I was over here saying, girl, from what I heard, sounds on brand to me. I'm just saying, from what I had been hearing at the time, it sounded on brand to me. I didn't believe that it was a lie. I thought it was the truth. I just thought the way that they came about it and how she played it, it just backfired. But I didn't think it was a lie. I didn't. Now y'all can sit up there and let Kandi grit them teeth and tell y'all, girl, okay, all right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know when I saw it, I believed it. Off the cuff, day one, moment, second number one. Yup. If you have heard the rumors about that group of people in Atlanta, and for those who's been in Atlanta or who from Atlanta, y'all know. But you know what I'm talking about. That group. There's a group of people in Atlanta that are questionable. And I'll just name a few people in the group. If one of your faves is in here, it ain't me. I didn't make it up. This is what they said. But some of the people in the group are as follow, but are not limited to. Okay. We got Kandi, obviously. Tamika, Tiny, obviously. And then you can scroll over to the Monicas and the Toyas and the other Toyas and the, you know what I mean? All the most, the Rashidas, allegedly. From what I had heard about that group, it was right on brand for me. But again, most of the people that was watching Roa wasn't around Roa, so they don't really, you know what I'm saying? So I done heard some things. I ain't gonna hold you. Monica, I haven't heard much about Monica. Now, that's one person I hadn't heard. I ain't gonna lie. Not as far as freak offs type stuff. I hadn't heard anything about Monica. But yeah, Monyetta, Shamia, all, that crew, y'all know them. They always together. Ty, Ming, all them. Girl, please. Girl. But again, if you know about the rumors around the streets, then you'll know that that wasn't a far-fetched rumor. I promise you. If you heard, this is prior to that, if you had already heard about what people were saying in the streets, then you would know that that wasn't a far-fetched rumor. I'm not saying that it's true. You would know that that rumor that Portia came back, that she was going to allegedly be taken to a dungeon and all. If you understood what was going on in Atlanta around that time, that was not, as a matter of fact, that was right on brand. That was right on brand. No cap. But Kandi, to me, had a different persona on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay? So I get that. People looked at that and went with that. But I'm telling you now, it was right on brand. From what I had heard. Y'all. Let's move on. Wait, you never heard about what Toya? Wait, Naturally Gnarly said I never heard about Toya. Which one? Luckett? All right. Johnson, Carter, Harris, Smith, Jones, and Williams. Which one, girl? You talking about this one? Because, yeah, I told me. I told Nita to come downstairs because me and Red wanted to go out and I needed somebody to watch Rain. And they said she was going to watch her. But then all of a sudden, when me and Red was about to go out, all of a sudden, Nate got to go out. And I told Nate, like, you know, I had to spend my whole life and my childhood raising her. So I feel like she should help me raise Rain because I had me at 14. And yeah, so when me and Red won't go out, I feel like Nate should at least want to help me and watch her little sister. So yeah, that's the Toya. Yeah, that Toya. Girl, bye. That Toya? Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. Birds of a feather. My mom always said, show me your friends and they'll tell me a lot about you. That's what my mama used to say. Show me your friends and it'll tell me a lot about you. And I never understood it because I'm like, that's cap. That's cap. That's cap. Because I used to hang with some crazy features. But now that I'm a grown-ass woman, I see what she meant. You damn right. Show me your friends and it'll tell me a lot about you. I said what I said. Okay? Yeah, girl. Toya. That Toya? Girl, yes. That one. Ringlead. I'm just like. Now I'm putting 20 on 10. I'm just playing. I'm putting 20 on 10. I'm just playing. All right. But I'm saying, can I tell y'all also what the rumor is? I'm gonna tell y'all what the rumor was back then. The rumor was back then that they was all smashing each other. Allegedly. The rumor was in the streets. I didn't make this up. I'm just telling y'all what they used to say. That they used to have these, before we called them freak offs, that they used to have these parties and everybody used to be in there like this. And they say it was all of the black celebrities and they were all, the hub of it all allegedly was down there with Kandi Girl and Tiny and them, allegedly. Yup, and swapping and spitting and all allegedly. Now, don't get me the line. I didn't say it. This is what they said. So please, don't get me to saying that I said it because I didn't say it. This is what they said. But they said swapping, slobbing, spitting, all types of stuff. Allegedly. Now, that was the old Atlanta. And the other T was Portia wasn't scared to go down in that dungeon because she hadn't been down there before. Allegedly. Oh. I mean, wouldn't it make sense? The only one who wasn't down there, they never got back cool. Only one of them that wasn't down there didn't get back cool with Kandi. Allegedly. I'm just telling y'all what the rumor was. So when it came out on the show, everybody in Atlanta was like, yeah, no cap. Everybody in Atlanta was like, yeah. Because we know what they do. We know. We at the clubs. Well, not no more. I ain't been to a club golf since before 2020, but we outside in the streets. We see y'all in the club doing the shit that y'all doing. What are you talking about? We be there watching you do it. Not only that, the bitches that y'all do, they go get random strippers, allegedly. This is what we were told, allegedly. Rumors. It's all conspiracy theory. But from what I used to hear, they used to go get random strippers and random girls from these bottle girls, these strippers, just go run through the clubs like 90 going west. Bitch after 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 bitch. And it wasn't just Tiny and Tip. They just the face of it. It wasn't just Tiny and Tip. That's what, so when the rumor came out, it was right on brand. I'm just saying, when the rumor came out, it was right on brand. That's all I'm gonna say. So, but again, I understood propaganda and the show and all that stuff. So I ain't say nothing. Plus, y'all was hella sensitive. When y'all seen Kandi cry in Tenor, girl, when Kandi cried in that baritone, it must have sent, what do you call them? Shockwaves to all Black America, baby. When I tell you Black American women went the windmilling, You don't understand. You don't listen. I was scared to say something. I ain't won't say nothing. Because if I would have said something, girl, they would have beat me down to the ground. Girl, I got beat up. Girl, the Black American women was losing their mind. All because Kandi got on there and said, the lies. That's all she did. And they went to windmilling them. And I'm just saying, ooh, woo. They just don't even know. And all Kandi had to say was the lies. Crying in baritone must be a dog whistle to Black Americans. It's got to be. It got to be a dog whistle. Crying in baritone. But I ain't won't say nothing back then. But since we're here, I'm going to tell you right now, I believed it. I'm just saying. Okay. Think about it. All Kandi had to do was say, the lies. And all she had to do was say, oh, and this could hurt my brand. And y'all ate it up. This was the biggest slap in the face, though. If this wasn't the biggest slap in the face to all of the people who was eating it up, I didn't know what else to tell you. The bitch turned around and did a dungeon tour and made money off of her trauma. The lies. And y'all didn't even see the play. If it was a snake, it would have bit you. You ain't even see it. To this day, you don't see the play. To this day, you don't see the play. You don't see how you was used, run amok, set up to make more money for her. The lies. If nothing should have been a red flag when she came out, and you can't be that traumatized by something and then go on tour with it. That don't go like that, baby. You don't be traumatized by something and so afraid for your life and your career, and then you turn around and turn it into a tour. Y'all didn't catch it. But again, if you know what you knew about them and what you had heard, it was right on brand. And watching her go on tour was just like, wow, she really played the large part of Black America. I'm just saying. The dungeon tour, the dungeon talk ain't come out of nowhere. Nobody ain't pulled that shit out the sky. That's all I'm going to say. Nobody pulled the dungeon talk out the sky. It was something that was already up there. Okay? Okay? Now let's get to Milagro. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. We need to get to Milagro and this Megan Thee Stallion thing. Let me say this when it comes to Milagro and Meg. I hate this because this affects everybody. Now, some people might feel like it don't. I saw another content creator say that they don't feel like it affects them or whatever, but it does. And let me tell you why. Because this right here is simply about control. This situation is simply about control. And let me tell you why. And it's a bit of, there's blame to put on both sides of this situation, and we're going to explore it. All right, so the reason I say that this is going to affect us is because this is a blogger going against a rapper. Now, bloggers, us, who you're watching, me, and all these other bloggers, we are new media. Okay? The news sources aren't new media. We are new media. That is a problem. Okay? This is outside of Meg and Milagro. I'm talking separately from them. Us being new media is a problem. Why? Because they can't control us. They can't regulate us. Now they can control us. You know, that's why we got people on here saying unalive and stuff. And by the way, you don't have to say that stuff. And I find myself saying it just out of habit, but you don't have to use words like unalive or SA. You can say sexual assault. And if you're doing it in the correct manner, in the correct terms, you won't get demonetized. I promise you. But neither here nor there. I'm saying all that to say, us being new media is a problem for mainstream legacy media because they don't have as much control over it as they did mainstream legacy media, right? So now fast forward, the bloggers are the new it thing. Nobody's tuning in to watch the TV shows. Shout out to Wendy. We don't have to wait till 5 o'clock to watch her. We can log into any YouTuber and get that same level of gossip, that same level of tea, whatever it is, from any one of us content creators on any of these platforms. This is a problem for these celebrities and for the media because they can't control how we report. They can't control what we say. They can't make it so that, see, if once you realize the news reads scripts, yes, all the way from CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all the way down to your local TV station. They literally read a script. There's literally, I need you to listen to me. Pause. I need you to understand this. Your news people, they read a script. They have writers. They write it down and say, you're going to say this, and then that person's going to say that, and then you're going to respond and say this, and then that person's going to say that, and then they hand it over to the anchor. This is the person who's reporting your news. Those people, even though it looks like they're just looking directly into the camera, they're reading a teleprompter. They're reading a script. As a matter of fact, when they in the back getting makeup and hair and all that stuff, they're back there discussing and studying the script. Take the information and do with it as you please. Do the research though. They read a script. But us, content creators, we ain't got no script. It's just us. We just outside just telling y'all. It's almost like you could talk to somebody that you would be cool with if we, you know what I'm saying, lived in the same area. We could just get on here and laugh and kiki and woo-doo. There is no script. It's just whatever it is. It's what you get is what you see is what you get with YouTube. That is a problem. It's a problem for celebrities. It's a problem for mainstream legacy media. It's a problem for everybody because now we can't control the message. And we got to be able to control it. Now, why is this important? If I get into this Millie versus Meg thing, then I'm understanding that this is bigger than Millie versus Meg. This is the system, the celebrity versus the blogger. Depending on the way this case goes can affect the way that other bloggers, relate information. Now, I'm not obtuse. I understand that according to what people are saying, Milagro was going for. Milagro allegedly had been talking about the girl all day and all night. They were saying that she did X, Y, and Z. Honestly, I don't care. It's not against the law for Milagro to talk about Meg Thee Stallion 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's not even against the law for Milagro to basically go on there and say she don't like Meg or say her music is suck or say that she didn't get shot. None of that is illegal. But what happens is there's a very, very thin line between legal and illegal when it comes to blogs, right? And this is the first case study. Now, some might say Tasha K was the first case study, but I wouldn't say so because basically Tasha K could have not gone to court if she had said at the very beginning, fuck it, I'm going to just take the video down. That wasn't this. Tasha K was more or less on some, bitch, you ain't going to tell me what to do. Understandable as a Pisces. I wouldn't do it, but I understand it. This here is different. This is a celebrity who really is mad at a blogger because they don't favor them. Now, people who are on Meg's side might feel like, no, boo, that's not true. This girl be harassing her. This girl done doxed her. I done heard allegedly that she done pointed to the direction of a sex tape. All types of stuff. And that's why I say this is where the lines get blurred. Because what happens is you get certain things from the content creator being portrayed as this huge thing, right? So it can favor the celebrity. Now, why is that important? I heard that one of the things that Meg was suing her for, other than harassment, was that she directed people to go to a porn site to see some AI porn of some AI Meg. If that is true, Milagro is 1,010% wrong. I don't know it to be true. If it is true, Milagro makes it bad for other bloggers. You can't do that, bro. You just can't. Because now you go from having a freedom of speech to harassment. Sexual harassment. Okay? Cyber harassment. You can't do it. I can't come on here and say, hey, y'all, I ain't gonna post the link. But if y'all go on Instagram on the Shade Room, the third post from the top, They got Meg Thee Stallion over there bent over by one of them boys from 1502 or whatever the record. If I did that, that is the same thing as posting it. It's illegal. You can't do that. So if that is true, Meg is well within her rights, but that's a problem because now Meg is going to amplify Meg and her team will amplify that situation to make it a big thing. And now us bloggers would be under very strict guides and watch. And we already under strict guidelines and watches, but this would really tighten the noose on that. And when I say that, I mean, not just as far as who you could talk about or what you can say. I'm talking about monetization. I'm talking about all of it because this case will set a precedent, just like Tasha K and Cardi B's did. It set a precedent that you can't get on here and say and do whatever you want to say and do. Okay? You just can't. You know what I'm saying? So as far as the Meg, and again, this is outside of Meg and Milagro, I just feel like we're witnessing something bigger than Meg and Milagro. We're witnessing a battle of speech. We're witnessing a battle against who gets to say what and who gets to say what, who can and can't say what. Now, again, if Milagro was pointing people to porn and all that stuff, yeah, you out of pocket and you're wrong. So I got all this stuff going on. And I got all the information that came about the lawsuit, and we talked about it before on the channel. But I heard through the grapevine that allegedly, basically, Meg's team had asked Milagro to turn over text messages because they are accusing her of working with Tory Lanez and his father, Sunstar Peterson. So they're accusing her of working with Tory Lanez's father, and basically Meg is trying to say that Tory Lanez and his daddy hired Milagro to drag Meg through the media. Basically, she was a hired, paid content creator that was there specifically to talk bad and drag Meg. That's what they're accusing her of, right? So they've asked Milagro to turn over her passwords to her social medias. Now, I did go on Armand's channel and I saw this other guy got on there and he was talking about he was talking some crazy stuff. The dude who was on Armand talking about he hearing stuff about stuff in the Discord. Yeah, I'm not even gonna repeat that. You can tell that was something personal over there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. But as it pertains to Meg and Milagro, Armand don't like Millie. Yeah, I saw that. Armand don't like Millie. I saw that. I didn't even know they were cool until they fell out. I didn't even know. But, you know. So, yeah. Kamika, yeah, they're trying to say she's a paid slanderer. So they asked her for the passwords to her stuff, and she had an X amount of time to turn it in. And from what I'm hearing, she didn't turn it in. And from what I'm also hearing, they wanted to subpoena her phone records. They say that allegedly she was speaking to Tory Lanez's father. Allegedly, I don't know, none of this is true. I'm just giving y'all the story. They're saying that she was speaking to Tory Lanez's father through WhatsApp or something, and they're saying that the money he sent her was payment for Milagro to drag Meg Thee Stallion. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think Tory's team needed to pay Milagro. No, I'm lying. They did, because that was another situation where everybody was emotionally charged. In that time, if you said anything other than Meg was shot, then basically you were public enemy number one. I remember it. So I actually agree with Milagro's stance on the case. It just was, I feel like her hanging out or trying to hang out with the family at the courthouse, and especially her getting up with DJ Academics and all that other stuff. I feel like that's when it was too much in your face. And I think that's when Tory Lanez people was just like, hell, not Tory Lanez, Meg's people were just like, hell no. Sue her ass. Now, mind you, Meg know Milagro ain't got no money not to be sued. Milagro ain't got no money. But Meg don't care because it's not about suing Milagro for money. It's about being able to regulate what content creators say and do. Now, as a content creator, we have to be responsible for our language. You got to be responsible for what we say. We can't lie on people. We can't make stuff up, and we can't point people in the direction of porn. I'm not saying Millie did it. I'm just saying that that's what they are accusing her of. I'm not saying that she did it. I wasn't there. I don't know. I'm just saying that that's what they're accusing her of. But I think that it's messed up that Meg is suing her, but I understand what Meg is doing. Like I said, Meg is trying to establish through Rock Nation who's in charge here. And this is going to affect us all. Whether we want to believe it or not, as a content creator, this is going to affect us. It is. Now, if Milagro allegedly deleted 20,000 text messages between her and Tory Lanez's father, then that will probably mean that she's guilty. I don't know it to be a fact. If it is true, then she's probably guilty. Because what would you need to delete all those messages for? And then another thing, why not just turn over your passwords? This is a genuine question if you didn't do none of this stuff. It's a genuine question. If all this stuff is lies, give him the password. Hey, he sent me some money, but yep, he sent me money because he watched the show. Like everybody else send me cash apps. That's all. That's all. And this is another thing too. A lot of people are talking about, oh, but you just can't lie on people. If that was the case, there would hardly be anybody on YouTube. Y'all don't understand. Y'all are in the front of the house. Y'all don't understand this back of the house shit at all. Y'all have no clue. If you believe that simply saying you can't lie on people and that's grounds for suing, most of us wouldn't even be on YouTube. 95% of the stuff you getting on here is a fucking lie. Deliberate fucking lie. What do you mean you just can't lie on people? Girl, that's been going on since the beginning of time. What do you think the neighborhood talk in the shade room and on site do? What do you think they do? Do you think they telling y'all the God's honest truth? Tell the truth. Do you really think they be telling y'all the God honest truth on the neighborhood talk, the shade room, on site, and all those other places? Absolutely not. But you don't care. It's entertaining. That's what the game is. But I'm with you. It has to be regulated and it has to be a level. You can't just go telling blatant bullcrap. I get that part. You're right. But come on now. You just can't lie on people. Girl, 99% of what you think you know is a lie. 99% of what you think you know is a lie. That's not true. You can lie on people. As a matter of fact, all of us lie on people. You know what I mean? So, and let me say this as it pertains to Meg. Meg is tired and fucking through. I am so tired of Meg. I am so tired of this perpetual victim. I am so tired of everybody bullying me, everybody picking on me. Girl, ain't nobody even checking for me. Other than the hotties, ain't nobody checking for Megan Thee Stallion. I'ma just be honest. If you a hottie, it might sound foreign to you. But outside with the rest of us, we don't give two fucks about Meg, her foot, or the stallion. I ain't even gonna hold you. We don't care. But every time we turn around, it's her crying. Oh, they bullying me. Oh, I got shot. Oh, girl, shut the fuck up and move on. You suing a broke-ass blogger, and this is no shade. And I'm saying broke-ass blogger because compared to Meg, Milagro ain't got shit. You gonna drag this shit out and sue her? Fine. Leave us alone. We don't girl, Meg is so annoying to people outside of the hotties. If you're not a hottie, Meg is one of the most annoying celebrities you can come across right now. I swear to God. And hotties don't see it because that's their queen. I get it. But she's annoying as fuck. She's a liar. She's annoying. Girl, we forgot Tory was in jail. Every time Tory get ready to get out, here you come crying and whining again. The nigga ain't gonna do life. At some point, he gonna get out. You gonna cry then too? Come on, man. She's annoying as fuck, bro. It's like she had imaginary best friends as a child or some shit. Something wrong with her. I don't know, bro. Like, come on. She's annoying. I'm just telling you from the outside of Hotties, she's annoying to us. Every time we see her, it's never nothing good. It's always something negative. It's always a victim. It's always something. We can't never get no good news out of Meg. Now, I heard she over there playing with Klay Thompson. You know that's a fake relationship, right? You know that's a fake relationship, right? But I'm going to let y'all think it's real. If you believe that she really over there messing with Klay Thompson, I got a well to sell you in the backyard right now. Like, it's tiring, bro. Like, we tired of hearing bad stuff coming from me, bro. If it ain't Tory, it's the blogger. If it ain't the blogger, it's this one, it's that. It's everybody's problem except Meg. And I think that's what the biggest problem people have. Everybody is the issue except Meg. Meg is the one who came out being a crazy ass drunk, lying all over the place, sleeping with everybody old man. Let's call it a spade a spade. That fight and that whole incident wouldn't have happened if Meg would have followed the girl code and not fucked her best friend old man. But y'all don't want to hold her accountable, though. That tells me a lot about the character of a Meg. You fucked your best friend, nigga. That tells me everything I need to know. You can't. Hey, your best friend. Not just a girl you've been knowing for a few years. Not a girl you went to school with. Your best friend, nigga. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know nothing else. That's all I need to know. I started and stopped there. That's it. And she's a liar. And she was around there riding the boat, driving the boat, getting drunk all day. Nigga tired of that shit, bro. Nigga tired. Nigga tired of that. Nigga tired, bro. Nigga tired. Nigga tired of hearing it. Nigga tired of seeing it. Nigga just tired. Outside of the Hotties, like I said, y'all might not see it like that, but I'm telling you, on the outside looking in, that's how we see it. She ain't the person y'all think she is. And y'all done made her a perpetual victim. And let me say this too. The part that really pissed me the fuck off was when she got on that Grammy Award stage after they gave her them sympathy Grammys. And she got up there and quoted Malcolm X talking about how the most unprotected person in America is the black woman. Whole time she was launching a campaign on her best friend whose man she slept with. And the same women who was hollering protect black women was dragging Kelsey up and down the fucking street. Allegedly. I'm just saying, like, we don't see her like y'all. We don't see her like y'all. Y'all see her like that. We don't. But let's get into this situation. So here's the lawsuit, right? So basically, this is them asking her for the text messages, I want to say. It says, please take notice that a hearing on discovery matters will be held before magistrate judge, whoop, at the time, it don't matter. The discovery matters to be heard included, it says, defendant's failure to respond to plaintiff's third set of requests for production served on April 26, 2025, with response due on May 27, 2025. So on April 26, it seemed like they asked her for the messages and they had to be in by May. It says, despite multiple good faith attempts to obtain compliances, defendant has not produced a single document. Plaintiff requests an order compelling immediate production with all objections deemed waived. Defendant's materially deficient discovery responses and concerns regarding spoliation of electronically stored information from defendant devices and social media, which require either. So basically, they're asking her, they're saying, hey, look, judge, we didn't ask this girl in April for these passwords for these apps and for these messages. And we told her in April of 26 April that she had until 26 May to turn them in. She still ain't turned them in. That is what Meg's team is saying. And if this is true, this is not good for you, Milagro. What the fuck you got going on? What you got going on? Now, I will say this. From what I'm understanding from being on Armand's live, from what they are saying, this is just me relaying information. They said that if Milagro don't produce the receipts, that basically the Meg's teams want the judge to instruct the jury to use it as a dig. Basically saying, if you're not going to show us the text messages, then we want the jury to look at it as if it is so. That whatever we said she did that shit. That's what they're saying. But my thing is, what the hell, Milagro? I sure hope what they saying about Milagro ain't true. It don't look good for her, though. I ain't gonna hold you. This don't look good. If you were really genuinely like just covering the case as a random person, just doing their due diligence, and none of this stuff is true, girl, I would have gave them all the stuff they need here. Because listen, Tory Lane's father sending her money ain't a bad thing. It's just the reason why. So, Milagro, I'm going to tell you now, this don't look good for you, my love. And it's giving me, if I'm on the jury, I feel like you're guilty. I'm going to be honest. Because what you hiding? If I'm on the jury, but I'm not on the jury. Hold on. Okay, now this one they were saying they wanted her to turn over her Discord. Now, okay, let's get into this Discord situation. I'm not even gonna repeat what the dude said on Armand Live. Y'all can go over there. But there are some crazy allegations that are happening that they are saying are happening in Milagro's Discord. I ain't in there. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop. But I'm not going to repeat what those allegations are because personally, they are very, very serious. And yeah, I didn't even like that the person said it on Armand's channel. Okay. But anyway, the Discord allegedly, now mind you, the Discord is also one of the places they want the information to so that they can go in and see, because we had been hearing that there was a lot of stuff going on in the Discord, a lot of things that were happening behind the scenes was happening in the Discord. Okay, her Discord is where the uncensored tea is. Got it. Very messy over there. Got it. Okay, I never been in there. I don't know. So Milagro also wouldn't turn over the Discord, right? And we're going to get into the paperwork for that. It says this case came before the court for hearing July 14, 2025 on plaintiff's notice for discovery dispute concerning one, defendant's failure to respond to plaintiff's third set of requests for production, two, defendant's deficiency discovery response, and three, plaintiff's request to sanction the discovery despite whatever that number. The court having considered the dispute and heard the oral arrangement of the parties and being otherwise advised to the premises hereby orders and adjudicates or judges that by July 15, 2025, defendant shall provide her Discord account, login credentials, and the agreed upon third party forensic vendor, FTI Consulting, for that company to conduct an independent collection from defendant's Discord account. Following the independent collection, the parties shall confer and agree on the production of the responsive documents per plaintiff's third set of requests for production. It says such production shall occur before defendant's deposition on July 21st, 2025. The court shall defer ruling on the issue of potential spoliation of the defendant's text messages and WhatsApp messages and plaintiff's request for sanctions pursuant to, and I don't think there's another page. So basically, that's the third time they done asked her for this Discord information, and they're saying that basically she ain't turning nothing over. Now, I'm not going to hold you. If I'm guilty, I'd rather y'all just speculate. I ain't turning over shit. If I'm guilty. But if I'm innocent, here, take it. Okay? But that Meg's team is saying that after attempting 3 times, basically she's still not trying to give up the messages, or she's not trying to give up. I'm sorry, she's not trying to give up the password and email. Now, this is the problem. Again, they want the jury to take that as a slight. Take that as, okay, that means she's guilty. That's how they want the jury to look at it. But what I want to know is, what are they expecting to find in the Discord? Who was in that Discord? And see, let me say this too about the Discord. Miss Parker and everybody else, voodoo, but you need to get another Discord. The lies you tell. Because let me tell you something. I wasn't even in the Discord last time, but just because it said Voodoo Doll TV Discord, I was responsible for everything. Ain't gonna do it. Don't want nothing to do with the Discord. People get in the Discord and get too messy. They get to doing too much and acting too crazy and doing the most. No. I don't want nothing to do with the Discord. Tasha said ain't nothing in the Discord but us dragging her. And y'all should have every right to drag her. Y'all should have every right to drag. It is not against the law to drag a star. It's just not. So there's that for the Discord. Hold on. It's been a lot going on in this Millie case. I heard they pushed the case back to November, I heard that on Armand's Live. Now, this is supposed to be her reacting to Megan Thee Stallion suing her to stop blogs from covering her. And let me tell you something. This is where we got to be careful, because I get it. Meg is somebody that people like. I get it. Millie is somebody that people like. But there's something way larger at play here. Okay, something way larger at play. This is a battle right now that we not even realizing we fight. As it pertains to Millie, although you may not agree with Millie, unfortunately, if for you, Millie represents you. Let me tell you why. You are looking at it as, nah, she a content creator. She on here saying what she's saying about Meg. It's wrong. She shouldn't be able to say that. Meg should be able to sue. That's cool. But you forget, me speaking into the mic is no different from you typing into the chat. Okay? So the rules that apply for me on the mic eventually going to start applying to you in the chat. Now, because we like Meg and Meg is our friend and we want things to go well for Meg, we're going to root for Meg, right? And I'm talking about the hotties. We're going to root for Meg because we want things to work out for Meg, right? But what's going to happen is, just because Millie takes an L, we're going to look at it like, oh, well, that's on Millie. No. Now it's going to come a point to where y'all go to logging in these apps and going on these sites and y'all get to typing and it won't let you type it. Or y'all get to type it and it screenshot it and deactivate your accounts. Or y'all get to type, you get it? You get it. I'm just saying, we got to look at the bigger picture. I get it. It looks like it's just Meg now. But I promise you, she ain't the only one. She ain't the only one. She ain't the only one that's going to be affected. She's just not. Okay? Somebody said Neek at Night covered it the best, and oh, Vu, you wrong on this one. I'm not following the case. I don't care about the case. What I am caring about is the end results. So I don't want to, if y'all want to know the ins and out of the case, then go to somewhere that cover crime and judge stuff and court stuff. I don't do that over here. I just give my opinions. So, and from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading, Manda Panda, from what I'm reading, they're asking for things and Millie isn't turning them over. Now, because I don't know the ins and out and I don't go to Millie world with you, you know what I'm saying? I can't speak. I can only go off of what the paperwork said. That's it. And again, I'm really pro Millie on this situation. Quiet as it's kept. If I had to judge whose side I'm taking right now, I'm pro Millie. So y'all got to understand too. Everybody ain't gonna say everything you like. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm honestly pro-Millie on this because I need to be pro-Millie on this. Okay? All right. Now let's get into girl, what she had to say about Meg trying to silence her really quickly. Let me fast forward up here.
Suggestion would be to just get over it or go away. Cardi won her case because Megan wants to know what she has to stop what she has to do to stop being posted on certain outlets, and then says that she's gonna Cardi B y'all hoes. My suggestion would be to just get over it or go away. Cardi won her case because Tasha K handed it to her. Other than that, you're gonna get posted. Oh well. Megan Thee Stallion didn't say nothing directly to me. So trying to frame this as though Megan came to me and asked me what she could do to get me to stop talking about her, that's not what happened. Megan said something and it was made public, and I gave my response, my opinion. My suggestion would be get over it. You don't like people talking about you? She didn't say Millie. She said people, bloggers.
Millie is right. Because see, what's happening is, it seems to me like Meg is trying to control who get to say what about her. It seems to me like if you're not saying something favorable against Meg, then she get mad. It seems like Megan only want people with something favorable to say about her. And this the gag. You made Millie more famous than she was before you even responded. Because most people did not follow Millie for the Tory Lanez trial. You know what I mean? But she's right. You can't do nothing about it. As bloggers, that's what we do. We talk.
Or go away. You're a public figure. So you're going to get posted. I never said, fuck you, and I'm going to tear you down every day because I want to hurt your feelings. That's not what I said. So Megan never said anything directly to me, and I never said directly to her, bitch, oh, well, I'm going to mistreat you. And didn't y'all say that Megan been dissing me in music? Y'all said that Megan dissed me in a record on the last project that flopped. And then y'all said that on the other project that just flopped, that she came for me. And we can absolutely pull up those tweets. So is this a one-way street or what? I don't know, but we'll file the paperwork and we'll let the courts decide. They said on June 22nd, back in 2023, they said somebody named Holiday K shared an audio of defendant Cooper calling Miss P the lying asshole and claiming that Megan ruined Tory's life. And Millie liked the post. So
I want to address this. I'm glad you asked Ryan. Ryan said, so people should be able to make money off slandering and lying on your name publicly and repeatedly. This is how I know that us as a people, and I've been guilty of this as well, but us as a people, we walk around the world with blinders on. That's how we all get paid, baby. It's not that we all just sitting up here randomly making up lying and lies and targeting people. We get our information from major news outlets. What do you think those outlets are doing? Do you think those outlets are telling you the truth? Or do you think those outlets are telling you lies? Do you think when you read, because all we get information from the outlets and stuff, some stuff we come up with, you know, obviously as well. But for the most part, we following the trending news. Most of us are repeating lies that we're reading. That's what this whole game is all about. That's what the whole thing. I know y'all may not know it, but you too have been a part of it. That's what this whole thing is about. That's what this is all about. I don't know how y'all don't understand that. You've been lied to like crazy. Yes, people should make money. People have always made money off of lying and slandering. That's what the world in America is all about. It's the only difference between this and all those other people is Meg kicking and crying. That's it. That's it. The only people who be knowing the truth about these celebrities are the celebrities. We all just going off of what we heard. None of us really know. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I highlighted this comment because I needed y'all to understand. Because see, when I came on here and told y'all that Tisa Tells be lying to y'all got in the comments even after the video, and y'all got, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true. I told y'all content creators lie to you. I told you that. I've been told you that. Y'all are vulnerable and gullible and you believe it. That's the problem. When it comes to celebrity gossip, 99% of it is lies, you guys. 99% of it. It's for fun. It's supposed to be so we could joke and chill. You know, it ain't supposed to be for you to, it's almost like us ribbing each other. Or what we call it, jonesing, what y'all call it. It's almost like us ribbing and you get mad and cry. That's what it is. If you believe that what you've been seeing and hearing is the truth, I feel sorry for you. Oh my God. And you know what's bad? Most of us believe that what we've been seeing and hearing is the truth. That's what's worse. Y'all believe that what you've been seeing with your eyes is the truth. Most of the commercials on YouTube is AI, but we ain't gonna go there. Most of y'all seeing, y'all think what you seeing is the truth. That's a big problem. Screw what I said. Screw what all of the doggone content creators say. You are under the impression that what you see is the truth. And that's the biggest, that's where you start to have the issue. That right there is where you start to have an issue. This whole shit is based upon lies. All of it. All of it. All of it. All of it. I promise you.
And I like the post. They said someone shared audio of me calling Megan a lying ass hoe and claimed that Megan ruined Tory's life. And I liked the post. So is that illegal now?
No.
You can't like posts online?
Yes.
They said even her former friend, King Noir, exposed her for working alongside Peterson to smear Miss Pete's reputation. He noted that Milagro has a disdain for Megan and that she talks to Tory's daddy in an effort to leak information to the press that came from Tory. King Noir, who was a former friend, his ex-boyfriend just came on my platform and told over 1,000 people that he had to break up with him because he was so fixated on me and he couldn't take it anymore.
All right, that was
his boyfriend.
Okay, I don't know about all that, but basically what she's saying is it's not illegal to talk about Meg every day. It's just not, y'all. But y'all are gonna make it illegal. You're gonna make it illegal, and guess what's gonna happen to the hotties? The next time y'all get into it with another fan base or another artist, and the next time y'all get to tweeting and acting a fool on another person, now you gonna get in trouble. Now you gonna start to lose your job. Now you gonna start to lose your platforms, and all those things you're advocating for because you like Meg is going to turn on to you. That's all I'm trying to get you to see. That's all. That's all. Now you could believe me or not, but I'm just telling you, you don't have foresight to see what's coming down the pike. Okay? If they can control Millie, they're definitely going to control me and you. And not just me, you as well. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is just take it into consideration. Just take it into consideration. Whether you feel like Meg is right, whether you feel like Meg is wrong, just take it into the consideration. That's all. As it pertains to Millie, like I said, they were trying to say that Millie was taking money from Tory Lanez daddy or whatever the case may be. Now, I did see the footage of Meg, of Millie out there. I ain't gonna hold you. I did see the footage of Millie out there at the courthouse, and she did look thirsty running behind Tory Lanez daddy. And that's a fact. She looked at a mess. She looked at a mess running behind Tory Lanez and the family. I saw it with my own eyes. It looked at a mess. It did. But now Meg's team is saying that Tory's daddy was sending her money so that she can go live and drag for Meg. And here's a screenshot of alleged Cash App documents, or not documents, a ledger of alleged Cash Apps from Tory Lanez's father. Now, let me say this. If Tory Lanez's daddy sent her money, he could just be a person enjoying the content. Here, Thank you. Here, you know what I mean? Like people send me money, like other content creators. But it looks bad when you put into the fact that she was over there acting like she was trying to get on the elevator with him and all of that, want to ride in the car with him and all of that. And now all of it, you know what I'm saying? Like it looks bad. It just looks bad. Yeah, they made that ledger. You can tell because it ain't even no official documentation. But this is a ledger that they made. Allegedly, this is what they're saying was sent from Tory Lanez's father to Meg. And they're trying to say that these cash apps are proof that she was paid to drag Meg. I don't believe that. I believe that when this case popped off, like me, Millie thought Meg was full of shit. Because unpopular belief to y'all, and I know y'all don't want to hear it, but everybody didn't believe Meg when she got shot. Everybody didn't think like y'all. And I get it. It was around a time where people were bullying. It was in the middle of COVID and all that stuff. And people was over there telling you how you had to think and how you had to feel and what you have to do. I get that. But everybody didn't think that. Millie, like myself, didn't think that. You see what I'm saying? Like myself, Millie didn't think that. I don't believe that she needed to be paid by Tory to drag for Meg. It's just some people that didn't believe it. We had watched her behavior. We had watched what she had been doing. And we just was like, something in the milk ain't clean here. Okay? All right. So here's the ledger that, like I said, the prosecution made to try to say that this is what she got from Tory Lanez's father. And there's a photo, obviously, of Meg.
Yeah, I got you.
Hold on. And obviously her people are cheering. Well, I saw this video of Tory Lanez's father, Sunstar, and this is another thing that they're trying to use to be like, oh yeah, basically, see, he is working with her. She is working with him. I'm gonna get to that video really quickly of Tory Lanez's dad and what he had to say about the case and Millie and all that stuff. Y'all get the likes up.
Dark-haired one led my deposition when I was called in to speak on this other case that they're trying to come against the blogger for because she has dared to stand up for the truth concerning Tory from the beginning, which, by the way, you may think that she's just some person who has a personality. No, she actually has a degree in criminology. And that's why when she first started to look at this from the beginning, Milagro Gramz, she said, nah, something is really wrong. She used to promote the said artist, the female artist, Megan Thee Stallion. She used to be behind just as her Houston girl. She was pushing her. But when she looked at this and looked at it from a critical eye, she said, nah, something. And that girl has gone through so much for trying to take, but not trying. She has taken a stand because she's not the kind of person you will push around easily. She knows what she's talking about. And so in the midst of all of this, you know, that same girl that deposed me, trying to get me now to be somehow some evidence for them against her. These people are crooked. They are wicked. And they, listen, what you guys need to understand when it comes down to it, and if I never knew this before, I learned it throughout the trial, and I know it even more since then. The prosecution, for them, it's not about justice. It's not about right and wrong. It's about W's and L's.
Yeah. Period.
If I was around Millie, because this is before I was a content creator, but I used to follow Millie on YouTube when she used to drag Kandi. And if that is indicative, if the way she dragged Kandi is the way that she dragged Meg need to chill out.
It's about wins and losses. It's about what's going to advance my career so I can one day be running for the county DA, and hopefully I'll get to be the Attorney General of the state of California. And oh my God, I have a dream. One of these days, I could actually be on the Supreme Court. You think these people care about the souls of men? No. You think Alex Spiro, the lawyer that is right now running for Rock Nation, you think he cares? This is the guy that after we put out 36 hours later and they could not refute it, he came on Chris Cuomo, and this is what he said. Oh, they can't keep their story straight. Reality check, that's you guys. That's you guys, not us. All right? They can't keep their story straight. And I don't want to give more oxygen to this than it should be getting, because I am concerned that this is a domestic violence situation against women, against a woman. Listen to this. And homie thought he was on an audition. he was going to act his way into the role of a lawyer in the next big lawyer movie. Oh, and it's about women all around the world. You don't care about women all around the world. Don't even try. I will give you one thing. You ride hard for that which is paying you. Let's get the facts straight. You ride hard for the people who are paying you, not because you care about women. You've been a spin doctor. This man is a spin doctor. He has defended NBA clients and a lot of other people that have been accused of all kinds of things against women. But yet, when you are standing up to defend those who are paying you, let's get it straight. I know why I'm doing this. I don't have to get a penny from my son, but I'm going to stand up and I'm going to defend him, especially knowing that he is innocent when you are trying to heap as much mud on his name. You don't care nothing about women. In fact, go on Google and see that this same man was accused, class action suit by 3 women in the Harvey Weinstein situation. And they accused him of allegedly getting information from them to feed back to their office so that it could be used against them in the Harvey Weinstein situation. Wow. That's what they accused him of. I wasn't in the room, people. It's on Google, for heaven's sake. Yeah. So don't come at me with you just so care about women and all around the world. No, you don't. Let's get it straight. You care about the paycheck that you get.
Protecting your order.
Wow. I like the way I love hearing Tory's dad speak. I don't know why. I like his speaking. He's a good orator. But let me say this. And I think what he's trying to say is basically these people are painting a picture and you don't even realize who's behind the brush. Like, okay, yeah, Tory's at the end of the day, I get it. Tory I'll say Tory have anger issues because when I seen him jump up and knock August Alsina out, I knew right then and there the little nigga might have an issue or two. However, I ain't never seen Tory say nothing negative or be mean or violent toward a woman. Can somebody in this chat put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard Tory prior to the Meg situation? Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard Tory be negative or violent toward women. Put a 2 in the chat if you've never heard it. Because I'm not going to hold you. Prior to this Meg incident, I had never heard anything negative about Tory and women. Now, Tory and men, yes, the little nigga might have some issues that he might need to go deal with. But I had never heard of him having a negative encounter with women prior to the Meg incident. Okay? And I'm only bringing that up. I'm bringing that up because character and actions matter. Now, again, if somebody can come on here and tell me who's the other woman or who are the other women that Tory has done dirt to prior to Meg, then we can have the discussion because maybe I just don't remember. But prior to this, I ain't gonna hold you. I had never heard it. I had never heard nothing negative about Tory with women. Not Tory being violent. I just had never heard anything negative about Tory with women prior to this. If we just being honest, okay? Now, what Tory Lanez's father is saying is that while we have these people on Meg's team trying to paint my son to be this monster, this person actually has the background and the history of battering or beating or having issues with women. So then it makes you ask yourself, so then what's really going on? Why should I believe the person that with the documented history of beating on women versus the one who's telling? Why should I listen to the one telling me Tory's a monster when it's documented that you are the same monster? You know what I mean? What did he do to Dream Doll? Let me go see. What did he do to Dream Doll? Who is Dream Doll? His baby mama, I think. Y'all coming up with anything. What did he do to Dream Doll? Who was Tory dad speaking of? Y'all really keeping up with this mess? Dream Doll and him were dating. What did he do to Dream Doll? I want to know. Did he physically accost her? What did he do? Did he get online and curse her out like a dog? Did he call her a bitch, a hoe, a slut? What did he do? I really want to know. If y'all can tell me what he did, then we can have a discussion. But I'm going to be honest, prior to this, I had never heard nothing. But if y'all got something, you feel what I'm saying? Please come to me. Now, if we going to be honest, Megan said out of her own mouth that she fight niggas. Meg has said out of her own mouth that she went to jail for fighting a nigga. I'm just saying. You can tell a person, you can tell a good person by their actions. I told y'all that, not by their words. You can tell a good person by their actions, not by their words. So, I don't know. Like I say, just think about it. But Meg, with the Millie thing, to wrap the Millie thing up, Millie, it does look bad that you don't want to hand over your stuff. It's given that either you guilty and that's why you don't want to hand it over, or maybe you on your Tasha K and like F it. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna hold you. Maybe that might be it. I don't know, but it doesn't look good. But I do hope Millie come out victorious because Millie represents us all, whether you want to believe it or not. She really do. Because what's gonna happen is if Meg wins this case, the next blogger, even if they say or do something bad or not, the next celebrity is going to be able to sue them regardless of what they did or didn't do. And they're going to use this case as precedence. Watch. I almost watched y'all have y'all emotions really start saying distribution of drugs is passing the cigar or passing weed to people because y'all was emotional about Diddy. Y'all was about to make them, y'all got so far up in y'all emotions because y'all watched Cassie get her ass whipped in the hallway. Y'all was about to make passing weed to each other to smoke distribution. That's how emotional y'all was about to be. That's how emotional y'all was, and that's where we was about to be following y'all emotions. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Somebody said Vu, he was taunting her online and made a song about her horse foot. I remember that. Actually, that album was really good. But Meg had the whole online community dragging Tory, bruh. I was there. Meg had everybody dragging Tory. Didn't Cardi send her flowers? Everybody sending well wishes and all of that. Like, Meg had the whole world dragging Tory. He couldn't make a song. He could make a song. I don't think nothing wrong with the song. I think he should be able to make a song. You know what I'm saying? I think a song should be all right. I don't, you know what I mean? But I'll say this, and look at Bree a hottie. Shout out to my girl Bree. Bree, one of them hotties. Let me say this. Like I said at the beginning of this segment, all this could have been avoided if Meg didn't fuck her best friend, old man. See what happened when you fuck behind your friends? You see what happened? Do you see what type of situations can happen when you fuck behind your friends? Let this be a lesson. I don't know who need to hear this in the chat. I don't know who in the chat that might need to hear this. But when you fuck behind your friends, you ain't going to get no good luck. Matter of fact, most of y'all hoes end up sad and depressed and lonely. So if you are a friend or somebody you know are thinking about fucking behind your friend, just know you could end up like Meg. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. We wouldn't be here if Meg didn't want to smash her friend. If Meg didn't want to chew on her friend or man, we wouldn't be here. See what I'm saying? All Meg had to do was keep her coochie in her drawers and we wouldn't be here. Crazy work, huh? Damn. It still go back to her. Keep your coochie in your drawers, Meg. Keep your coochie in your drawers. And I don't care if you a hottie or not. You got to admit she was sleeping with her best friend or man. Keep your coochie to yourself, Meg. Meg, keep your coochie to yourself. Okay? Stop giving your coochie to everybody friend, everybody or man. Keep your coochie to yourself, Meg. Real quickly, girl, let's get to Bernice. So I get the hell up off of here. Let's get to Bernice. I'm just saying, if Meg keep her coochie to herself, all of this would be avoided. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nikki did tell her to get on a good foot. A mess. Really quickly, can we talk about the fact that my boy has been missing for 67 days? Shout out to Derek Groves. As of yesterday, he was been missing for 66 days. It says still on the run. Feds admit they might need luck to catch Derek Groves after 66 days. Tips have slowed and he's likely getting help. I told y'all the nigga had to be getting help. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all? I said you need money to go on the run. And then I also said after a certain amount of time, girl, it's going to be too late. He's definitely getting help. And that probably was why all the rest of them niggas got doggone escape or got let out so he can get out. Now, who this nigga is, we know who his grandmother is. We know Kim Groves, who was killed by the police in New Orleans police. Who this nigga tied to is somebody big. 66 days, he probably ain't going to get caught. After 67 days, as of today, he probably home free. Okay? So if you had Derek on your doggone, what do they call them? Parlay, you won. He probably ain't getting caught. Even if he got caught, he still won. Because that nigga was out for 67 days. He can't lose right now. Even if he get caught tomorrow, he still took a win. So I love this for Derek. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Derek Groves. 67 days on the run. The people say they're getting scared. They don't know if he ever getting home, getting caught. He probably in Puerto Rico or somewhere else doing something else. Hell yeah, he better be gone. He better be gone. I just want to share that with y'all. Shout out to Derek Groves, bro. Derek Groves, if you on here, hit me up at voodoodollpodcast@gmail.com. I would love to find out how things are going with you. I ain't gonna say nothing. Call me, Derek. No, matter of fact, don't call me. Change my mind. The feds behind you. Don't call me. Don't call me. Change my mind. You heard that, feds? I was just playing. He not gonna call me. Let's get on Bernice. Okay. Be a king. So, of course, you guys know. Sorry, I was drinking some water. But, of course, you guys know Trump was releasing these FBI files. Mike happened to be one of those folks who are in the files, okay? Mike, a.k.a. Martin Luther the King. Some might say, Voodoo, why do you call him Mike? Because Martin's real name is Michael. His real last name ain't even King, okay? This is going to hurt. That's why they call it the truth, okay? I'm going to tell you, okay? I need to get Top Cats over here so we can go over that genealogy and talk about what part of Europe Mike is from. Now, this is another thing. When y'all get to doing y'all genealogy, y'all are going to find there was a lot of Black Europeans in America. As a matter of fact, some of these people are going to be in your bloodline. That don't make you less FBA because we all know how, we don't all know how science works. However, you are going to find some stuff. But there were a lot of what I call spies in our government and in amongst us and still walk amongst us to this day. It's just that now these spies don't know that they're spies. There's a thing called Black Europeans. See, in 2025, we are taught that Europeans are white. So when we hear the word European, we only think of white folks. That's all we think of, just white folks. But did you know that Europe is indigenous to melanated people? Did you know that prior to the 5,000 or 6,000 years white folks came upon the earth, melanated people roamed and inhabited Europe? Did you know that? The biggest okie doke is that you believe Europe is white. That's the biggest okie doke. Mike, Martin Luther the King, comes from descendants of Black Europeans. Okay? Black Europeans. Yes, he lived in Atlanta. Yes, he led the civil rights movement. Yes, we all thought this nigga was from Acorn. But the fact of the matter is, he really ain't. And when you start to think about Mike and you remember him and you look at him, I want y'all to pay attention to physical traits that you can see that would have told you this if we had paid attention. Now, for instance, think about Martin. Martin Luther King, although melanated, he really don't look like Black Americans. He's short, or he was short. He had a really large head compared to his body. His shoulders were very very slender. And he was kind of like a little bit disproportionate, almost like one of the Europeans. Has anybody seen Black Europeans before? Has anybody seen Black Europeans before? Like indigenous Black Europeans. Oh, the hairline is another one too, Meek. Listen. When you really think about it, the nose, all of it. When you really, I need y'all to start paying attention. I need y'all to start paying attention. This shit is not chess. It's tic-tac-toe. I told you. It's right in your face. If it was a snake, it would have bit you. Think about it. If you think about all of the things that you know about Martin, it starts to make sense, okay? And let me tell you why. Martin, being a Black European, came over to America through his family. Well, his family came over to America prior to Martin, or Mike. Let's call him by his real name. Let's call him with the name his mama gave him, Mike. So when Mike's family came over from Europe. They came over from Europe. And mind you, these people are cemented into this masonry and all this other stuff going on, right? The Freemason stuff, right? So now, as a Black European, mind you, we're all being taught around this time that we all one big Negro. So most people aren't questioning things. This is how we let Kwame Tory come in and tell us Black power and play us like that too. Don't get me started. We'll go over it another day because yeah. That was a whole other story. We'll talk about that later. Okay. When they came over here, they blended in and was able to do so under the guise of our ignorance. When I say ignorance, I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean that in the sense of not knowing. They were able to really just ride under the radar under our ignorance. We did not know that there was a difference. That took years and years to do, and it worked. It worked like clockwork. So when a Martin Luther King come and just pop up out of nowhere, everybody's like, oh, snap. This dude, he's for us. He's by us. He is us. He's got to be in our best interests, right? During the time, it had been rumors that Michael Martin himself, allegedly, I don't know this to be a fact, I'm just telling y'all what the rumors were and are. There were rumors that Mike wasn't who you thought he was. As a matter of fact, they say he frequented the pool halls. He frequented the strip clubs, according to rumors. I did a whole video on this. It's on Educational Friday. According to rumors, they say Mike would come in the strip club. He didn't touch nothing. He just kind of stayed in the back and just kind of looked and chilled. It was also rumored that Mike had many affairs. Many affairs. Not with just women. For most of you who don't know in the audience, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, Martin Luther King, aka Michael, that's what his mama named him, he was an agent for the government. He was a direct worker for the federal government to extract the wealth economically and to get us on the Democratic plantation. Period. Now, fast forward. Now that we know he's a Negro-pean, talking about Martin, and we know that his daddy somehow had some connection somewhere. Oh, also, y'all didn't know this too. See, when Michael was in America, he had actually went over to Europe to study for years at a time. And that's when he came back as Martin Luther, named after the clear Martin Luther in Europe. Just for FYI. Now, why is all of this important? Trump releasing the FBI files. Now, I don't even know if none of this in the FBI files. It might be some freak-alls, whoop-de-whoop. But I didn't even think none of this was in the FBI files. And Bernice King been windmilling and cutting up ever since he first announced it. Oh, don't release my daddy files. Oh, don't release my daddy files. And I'm sitting up here saying, girl, if we gonna find out that nigga was at the freak offs, girl, we just gonna listen to the tape as Black Americans. But I'm telling you, as Black Americans, we not gonna look at him no different. As a collective, we're just not. Like, girl, if he gonna put out the freak offs, then it is. But then it started done. What is she really trying to hide? What is she really and truly trying to hide? And then it started to dawn on me all those other things that I've read and learned about Martin Luther King. And I said, maybe those things are some of the things that she don't want out because it would tarnish his legacy. Now, in my opinion, if I am to believe that Trump understands what level we are on as a collective, or no, I ain't gonna say as a collective, what level we are trying to get on as a people, as Black Americans, that we are searching for the truth. If I am to believe that Trump understands that, and that's why he did the whole Redskins thing, this is just me guesstimating, speculating, and making stuff up. I don't know. But if I am to believe that, then this is one of those rip the Band-Aid moments. You are going to have to figure out that these people that you praise and revere, they all played a part in your demise. If you never know that, because see, remember, the FBI wanted to out this nigga, Martin, in the 60s. They wanted to out him in the 60s. The only reason he didn't get outed in the 60s is because J. Edgar Hoover figured that he was so powerful that it could backfire, that he would basically expose Martin and the people would backfire on him. That's the only reason this shit wasn't released in the 60s. Because they thought we were so blinded by the nigga, you get it? That we wouldn't even want to entertain it or hear it. Okay? This is documented. Go look this up. They wanted to expose the nigga back then. They had to reel it back because they said the people wouldn't believe him even if you showed them proof. And they were right. Hell, some of them today ain't gonna believe you with the proof. You see what I'm saying? They've been trying to get this nigga. Been. So I'm thinking with Bernice coming out with all of this being vocal about don't put my daddy business, it's because you scared that your daddy tea gonna get spilled. And what is the tea that you don't want us to know? The truth? The truth? That your dad was possibly a paid agent by the United States government to put out fires all across the South of America so that we wouldn't rebel? That your dad possibly single-handedly walked us into the economic fire of disaster that we living under today? What is it that you scared for us to know? It's got to be something past the freak-offs. It's got to be something past the freak-offs. You're not going to tell me that she's just so hell-bent on us not getting this tea about her daddy because of no goddamn freak-offs. You're not going to make me believe it. You're not going to make me believe it. Something else is going on here. And we need to be asking questions. Now, I haven't even read the stuff. I don't even know where the files at. And I need to be going to look for them because I always wanted to get them files. Okay? And I don't even know if they released them yet. But now you make me want to go study them bitches. What the fuck? And let me tell y'all something in Black America too. Let's just say for all intents and purposes, the FBI files come out and give us a whole bunch of truth and facts on Martin Luther King that goes against everything we've ever known. Are we to go solely with our emotions and say, who cares because it's Martin Luther King? Or are we to see how they played on us the first time and learn how to combat it the next time so they won't do it again, so that we smarter than that the next time, so that when the next time they hit us with an emotional toll or some emotions, we smart enough, like we talked about earlier today on the stream with the boy, so that we're smart enough to not just react. You get it? Like, Because as long as we continue to just react, they continue to have us in the cycle that we're in. You're going to have to come to terms, Black America. You are going to have to come to terms with the things that you thought you knew are lies. That's what Educational Friday on my channel is all about. My people who done been to Educational Friday, ain't none of this shit we talking about is new. We done already went down the rabbit holes. All my Educational Friday people know this is all old information. This is what we do. This is how we roll. This is what we do. We done already got the receipts. We done already studied the documentaries. We done did all of that. So we just trying to get the rest of y'all to catch up. So it's not news to us. But for a lot of people who don't seek this information or don't read into this stuff, it's going to be like hearing the world is over. But the fact of the matter is, it's the hard, uncomfortable, but truth. And it's not just Mike that you're going to be hearing about. It's a lot of our greats. Y'all are going to have to be okay with the fact that you've been lied to. Now let's get into Bernice. First of all, let's get into these files. The children of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. called out the Trump administration for releasing FBI records despite their family's opposition. Your family don't get to say, baby. Quiet as is kept. If we talking about the King family, the government used your family and spit y'all up and discarded y'all when they were done. They killed your grandmother. They killed your uncle and they killed your daddy. The government don't give a fuck about the King family. Y'all don't hold no weight. The only place the King family hold weight is in the hearts of Negroes. It's the hard truth. It just is what it is. The only place the King family's name hold weight is in the heart of Negroes. That's it. That's it. That's all. Okay? Now, it goes on to say, the children of the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King released a lengthy statement calling out Trump's administration for releasing records of the FBI surveillance of MLK despite the family's opposition. According to CNN, the documents sealed initially until 2027 were unsealed after the Justice Department pushed for release. King's children, Martin Luther King III and Bernice King, were notified in advance and had teams reviewing the files. In the statement from Bernice King and Martin Luther King III, they wrote, "The release of these files must be viewed within their full historical context. During our father's lifetime, he was relentlessly targeted by an invasive, predatory, and deeply disturbing disinformation and surveillance campaign orchestrated by J. Edgar Hoover throughout the Federal Bureau of Investigation." It says the release comes as Donald Trump faces heat over how his administration is handling records related to Jeffrey Epstein case. It says critics says this is yet another distraction tactic. Trump has previously signed an order to declassify files related to the JFK, RFK, and MLK assassination. Swipe to read more. Let me also say this. How do y'all know that these files being released might give us some more inside information on some other stuff that could help us with other things? How do we know? Because, see, it seems like the family is only worried about the reputation of their father. But this shit is bigger than your father. Your father has literally changed the trajectory of Black Americans in the 60s. This shit bigger than your big head ass daddy. I don't give a fuck about Martin Luther King. I'm not one of y'all. I don't revere these fucking characters, okay? I could give two fucks. This shit bigger than your big head ass daddy, okay? Your daddy led us into the burning bush. His words, not mine. Your daddy wasn't forthcoming with the fact that he's a Negro peon. His situation, not mine. Fuck your daddy, girl. This ain't about you and the King family. We don't care. We are on a quest for knowledge. We are on a quest for truth. If opening up your paw files could get us some truth, then it is what it is. Girl, we not about to sit up here and worry about how y'all feel. We don't care about your daddy being at the freak off. Yeah, we gonna laugh. Yeah, we gonna make jokes. But we are not going to, listen, we don't care about that. We trying to find some stuff, bro. We trying to figure some stuff out. A lot of things happen with your father. We need that information. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We don't care about y'all family. Y'all don't do shit no way. Just sit there and retweet and tweet and talk about shit that don't mean nothing. All of the times we needed Bernice to come out and say something, the bitch don't open her mouth. Soon as somebody talking about her daddy foul, girl, fuck your daddy foul. Girl, we don't care. Your daddy got us fucked up. Quiet as his kept. Like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Like we trying to find information. We don't give a damn about none of that other shit they talking about. I don't give a damn about your daddy and no freak off. I don't care if your daddy was gay. I don't care about none of that. I'm trying to see what's up. Look at the statement. Statement from me and my brother Martin Luther King III on the release of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination files. And then shouldn't you want to know what happened to your daddy? Unless you already know. Bernice, shouldn't you want to know what happened to your daddy? It's the assassination files. Shouldn't you want to know how your daddy was set up? Unless you already know. Got it. We recognize that the release of documents concerning the assassination of our father, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., has long been a subject of interest, captivating public curiosity for decades. As the children of Dr. King and Mrs. Coretta Scott King, his tragic death has been an intensely personal grief. It says a devastating loss for his wife, children, and the granddaughter he never met. An absence our father has endured for over 57 years. We ask those who engage with the release of these files to do so with empathy, restraint, and respect for our family's continuing grief. Bitch, you ain't even know your daddy. Girl, you was 2 when you're... Moving on. The release of these files must be viewed within their full historical context. During our father's lifetime, he was relentlessly targeted by invasive, predatory, and deeply disturbing disinformation and surveillance campaign orchestrated by J. Edgar Hoover through the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The intent of the government COINTELPRO campaign was not only to monitor, but to discredit, dismantle, and destroy Dr. King's reputation. I ain't reading all that now. I ain't reading all that. Disinformation and surveillance campaign orchestrated by These actions were not In 1999, our family filed a wrongful death civil suit in Shelby County, Tennessee. The jury unanimously concluded that our father was the victim of a conspiracy involving Lloyd Jowers, an unnamed co-conspirator, including government agencies, as a part of a wider scheme. Why y'all ain't make a documentary and tell us this? The verdict also affirmed that someone other than James Earl Ray was the shooter and that Mr. Ray was set up to take the blame. Now, this is coming from his churn. Now we want to start talking about real talk. So now she's on here saying that her daddy was set up by the government. We already thought that. And then she also saying that basically James Earl Ray, the clear man, had nothing to do with it. I've been saying that. It didn't make sense. None of those lone shooters, lone doggone assassinators make sense. None of them, when you think about it. Okay? So now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of what's really going on, or at least according to her. She goes on to say, the verdict also affirmed that someone other than James Earl Ray was the shooter and that Mr. Ray was set up to take the blame. Our family views that verdict as an affirmation of our long-held beliefs. As we review these newly released files, we will assess whether they offer additional insights beyond the finding of our family has already accepted. Okay, so pause. This is what Bernice is trying to say. Girl, listen, they trying to put the files out. So let me get in front of the files. Listen, my daddy was set up. The government set him up. James Earl Ray didn't shoot him. And if he did, he didn't act alone. This is all a bunch of cap. And also, by the way, now that I done told y'all, don't read the files. That's what she's saying. Let me go and look at the files and see if I want to believe what the files say. And then I'm going to come back to y'all and tell y'all if what it is, what it is. No, Bernice, that don't go like that. Be a king. That don't go like that. You don't get to tell us, oh, let me read the file. You wasn't even there, bitch. You was 6 months old. You wasn't there. How you know what's true and what's not? Come on, Bernice. Bernice, you and the third. What's going on? What is really going on between her and the third? I'm not reading all that. Yeah, you wrote a book. I ain't doing all that. This is the thing. Martin Luther King ain't the only files that's being released. John F. Kennedy files being released and his brother. Mike just happened to fall in the doggone line. It is what it is. Whenever the files is released, guess who's gonna go read them? This girl. Guess who won't go see? This girl. And guess who's gonna come back and tell y'all? This girl. Okay? Because we need to know that everything we've been told about our history is a lie. The people, listen, if the government props somebody up, you need to be questioning why. The government don't want nobody to help Black America. So if they prop up our quote unquote leaders, ask yourself why they would do that. That would probably mean that quote unquote leader ain't on your side for real. You get it? So I'm just saying, there are going to be a lot of uncomfortable truths. We are in the age of information. Yes, we are. We are in the age of information. Everything you need to know is at your fingertips. You just have to want to look for it. And you just have to want to know it. Okay? At the end of the day, a lot of uncomfortable truths about to come out. And people going to be in their feelings. It is what it is. Bernice, we don't care. We literally don't care that you feel some type of way about your daddy's assassination files being released. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than your daddy. And also this, Martin Luther King is a European. He's a Black European. He is not a Black American. Let's really be clear and don't ever forget it. There's a lot of people walking amongst us who are not us. That's why our old folks used to say all skin folk ain't what? Kinfolk. You get what I'm saying? That's just to keep your head on a swivel. Now, if Martin wasn't one of us, what makes you think Martin had our best interests at heart when he first took on this whole project? If Martin was a European, what makes you think that he genuinely had Black America's best interest at his heart when he first took on this project? This is a genuine question. Now, I'm saying that it's impossible. I'm just asking, what are the odds that this man was really doing something for us? How is he European? You just got here and say, bro, he's European because he's from Europe. His bloodline, his father and his father's father, and they come from Europe. They just got here in the late 1800s. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Martin Luther King is not a Black American. He is not from Acorn. He is a European. He is a Negropean, Black European. Yes, they exist. They walking amongst you. They next door neighbors, they friends, they family. You just don't know it because you walking amongst ignorance. You walking in ignorance. And I mean in a way of not knowing. You don't understand what you're looking at. They're all over. A lot of our politicians, yeah. And he was a Freemason too, obviously. Yep. A Brill. Yep. And he was a Freemason. His daddy was a Freemason. I'm just saying, yes, he is not a Black American. So you should ask yourself, did he really have our best interests at heart? I do think at the end he did, but I think it was too late. Or maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he's a great actor. Maybe he's a great actor. I'm just saying. Southern Louisiana Cooking with K says, please subscribe. Yes, y'all, please subscribe. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. Kiki31, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. KB, thank you for the super chat. Says, as a retired cop, breaking the window is legal. FBA, please read the rules and regulations of law enforcement in your area. We can't keep responding emotionally, comply, and sue. Everyone wins. We have to change the game. Thank you so much, KB. That was so eloquently said, because maybe I don't know how to say stuff, but thank you. That's basically what I wanted to say. When it came down to that dude who got pulled over, we got to be smarter than that. We got to be smarter than that. We gotta be smarter, bro. We can't let them we can't keep letting them fool us. We can't. And they keep doing it and playing in our face. Mother Tree Moon, thank you for the super chat, says, I think that the white people were created in a lab via genetic manipulation to destroy us. We are the original genetic manipulation, always been weaponized. You know, it's funny you say that because I was looking at, you know, the Muslims, and don't get me the line on the quote, so I'm paraphrasing, but they believe that white people were created in a lab too. And I believe that, and it brings me back to their clone Tyrone. I don't know why this movie keeps sticking in my brain, but it brings me back to their clone Tyrone. It was a black man in that lab behind all that. It was a black man in the lab behind the whole situation. They had the white people outside controlling it, right? They had the vanilla wafer dudes that he made in the lab working in the labs, but everybody was expecting a white face behind all this shit or a Jewish face. It was a black man. So now go with the theory that we know about what we believe the theory to be from the Muslims, that white people were created in a lab and created specifically to attack Black America. Conspiracy theory, maybe. It sounds about right to me. Sound about right to if you believe in that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it was a lot of truth to that movie, Sonya. Listen, y'all, hey, don't get me started on the periodic table and the Nancy Grace references. Y'all, that's old. I ain't even gonna go back down the rabbit hole. That'll be a whole nother. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. I'm just saying in the movie, though, it was a black man behind all that. Find it funny. Meet, thank you for being a member for 15 months. 15 months. We have been through so many emotions in one live. Love it. The realest place on YouTube. Hit the like button. Girl, we was in here crying for for Malcom Jamaal Warner. If you was here, we was in here crying. We was arguing. We was fighting. Girl, it was a lot. This was a lot of live. This was a lot of live, girl. We sure were. I know I was crying. Naturally beautiful me. Thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm here at work crying too. It's hard not to. See, Malcolm was family. Love you, Vu and Acorn. We all we got. Girl, that shit brought a tear to my eye. I ain't gonna hold you. Unapologetically. That shit brought a tear to my eye. It really did. KB, thank you for the super chat. Says, Malcolm's passing hit hard. I pray we get back to loving each other like we used to. It's a must. FBA get back to correcting and taking care of one another. And that is so perfectly said. And also taking care of our children and caring about our children. That would be the only other thing I would add. But you are absolutely right, KB. Absolutely right. We got to get back to a sense of having a pride and having values and morals and stuff. We got to get back to that. Kiki, thank you for the super chat. Says, I thought I heard Mama Joy say the same thing. I thought she said the children was going to have big heads too. I did. T Marie, I'm sorry. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Vivi Hustle, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Most boring one, LOL. They paid her for who she was, an artist, LOL. Yep. Ty Styles, thank you for the super chat. Says, can't wait till you drag Chantel. She asked for it. Oh, girl, I'm getting off here to do that video immediately. Do you hear me? I'm getting off here to do the video. The Boss Nola, girl, this is my best friend. Girl, what you want? Talking about, bitch, get off your live, book a flight. Girl, I'm about to get off. I'm gonna call you when I get off. She probably ain't even on here no more. That's my best friend, y'all. Thank you for the super chat, bitch. You could have sent $20. Hold $1.99, bitch. Next time you super chat, I need at least $20. At least $20. Okay. Shayla, thank you for the super chat. Says Millie is allowed to say certain things. O'Brien law, as even political distasteful forms of comments are allowed, underestimated strictly scrutiny. It says you definitely know what you're talking about, Boo. And this is the thing though, and this is all I want people to understand. It only works because they're using your emotions. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason it works, because they're using your emotions to make it work. Per law, that girl ain't did nothing wrong. Like I said, unless the porn thing is real and all that other stuff, whatever. But all that, her talking about Meg, man, y'all, that girl not wrong. Right. Guess I'm flying Spirit with that $2, girl, $1.99. What the fuck I'm gonna do with that? Bitch, send me no $1.99. Ho! What I'm I'ma do with $1.99, sluts? Bitch, I can't even get a drink. Have you lost your mind, tramp? Send me 20 next time. If you ain't gonna send 20, don't send it. And I said what I said. Slick Shakes, thank you for the super chat. Says the boss Nola, get a life and get off of here. We for boo. That's my best friend. Thank you for having my back though. Shout out to Chick. Chick said, bitch, what? Hey, don't play with him, okay? Chick said, who you talking to? That's what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying? See, when we each one teach one, we love one another. You get it? Look at that. Look at God. Is somebody helping up for me? Man, let me get up off of here. Love y'all down to the ground. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thank you, Chicks, for having my back. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.